fun. Don't forget to download both the Barn Burner and ZingoTV app in the respective app store on iOS and Android. And ZingoTV, they're also available on Roku Sticks, Amazon Fire TV Sticks, Google Chromecast, and all smart TVs 2016 forward. Welcome to a year-end spectacular of Barn Burner Live. We're going to be joined by several guests. This is so big that I'm going to be doing this for 3 hours. And Drew Ebanks is going to change his shirts 7 times because it's like the Oscars. He's got to change his shirts 7 times. The old veteran there, Drew Ebanks, Captain Canada. All right. We're joined, first of all, by Kenai Andrews, by Catherine, Jessica, Drew Ebanks, Captain Canada there, and Giancarlo Alino. First of all, Giancarlo, I'll start off with you. Since this is the year-end spectacular, I wanted you on for a little bit here, and I want to tell everybody watching and listening here on the Barn Burner TV network, Barn Burner Radio Network, Giancarlo Alino is the lifeblood of Barn Burner. This guy has edited how many shows? Let's say we've done over 2,000 something shows this year, maybe even 3,000. Who knows? Who's losing count there? And Giancarlo has edited every one of them. This guy, one of the lifebloods of the Barn Burner Network. Giancarlo, thanks a lot for everything you do. I'm going to give you $5 to cut your hair again every week. Okay.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Anything you want to say, Giancarlo?
Yeah, just it's been fun. Hope continuing doing what we're all doing here and continue improving. So yeah, not a man of many words, I guess.
All right. Kenai Andrews, of course, he hosts the TKO Countdown and also co-hosts, with the Knockout and everything. Kenai, your first couple months here on 6 months on Barn Burner. I know we've been wanting to work together for 10, 15, 20 years. Maybe 50 years. That's how old Drew is. But Drew, any comments? Never mind. Go ahead, Kenai, and any comments about your first 6 months here?
No, just that it's flown by so quickly. I just, it seemed like yesterday I was just getting my boots there, starting with Drew there, and taking me under his wing there on the first show, and now it's just flown by. So I'm just shocked at how fast it goes when you're having fun.
All right, Catherine, of course, the Buckets and Tea NBA show Friday nights. We're going to be joined by Toronto Raptor. I know she's looking forward to that one. The NBA is starting next week. Catherine, how was your first, I guess it's 2 months here, right?
Yeah, it's been about 6 weeks. So far, so great. Very happy with the show. Happy NBA basketball is back soon. I don't really care about the preseason. I care about the real season. So that'll be happening this coming week. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All
right. And you're looking forward to the Tampa Raptors, right?
I mean, I'm looking forward to the Toronto Raptors. Not they haven't relocated in my heart just yet, They've only temporarily relocated. Maybe one day we'll actually have a real jersey, not a city jersey that has like Toronto on the jersey, maybe someday.
All right. Captain Canada, Drew Ebanks, you've been one of the veterans here on the Barn Burner Network so long that you're 50 years old this week, maybe 60, 70, I don't know. But how was this year, Captain Canada, On Point Basketball? And do you have the, all the jerseys there? Because I know Jess wants to use some of your sweaters, promote On Point Basketball and everything like that.
Hopefully soon we're getting some.
Hopefully soon. Come on, look at the background. Don't you have like 10,000 shirts there or what?
I do not. This is my home. This is not a warehouse, Joe. I don't have excess stock, but we ordered some, so we'll be getting some more gear in. As for this year, it's been rough, obviously, with basketball. The grassroots side of things, no tournaments, no events. I'm used to not being nonstop attending basketball events. But the good thing is we've done some content. We've been working with some of the programs to do some of their media, some of their photos. We put some great videos out as well. And we're working behind the scenes for 2021. Going to be doing some, contesting with kids and some individual events that we can do that are social distanced that also get the kids back in the gym. So look out for that stuff. We'll be working at getting those back up in January and going right through till April. So it's been a rough year. Obviously, we've taken a hit on the business.
All right,
side.
Drew, it's already 24 seconds. It's already done. All right. You got a 24-second clock. This guy goes, what? Even European, they got more seconds than that. Come on, Drew. You're taking off Jess' time here. All right. Now let's.
Okay.
That's right, because Jess says that's her Instagram and everything. Jess, first couple of weeks. How and first of all, the ladies were very proud to launch the first ever sports, entertainment, wellness channel, the H.E.R network, ZINGOTV channel 251. Jess, how was your first 2, 3, 6 weeks here also?
It's been incredible so far. I've learned a lot. It's nice because it's hosted, it's directed, it's produced by females. So it's been a great experience so far, and I'm enjoying it. So. And
you learned that Drew Ebanks is like 70 years old. That's what you learned, right?
Yeah, today I did. 70, Drew?
No, he does. He's not 70. He's a good.
He does not look 70. Okay.
49 and a half, not bad. All right. So before we're joined by one of our special guests here, let's go around the table here. Give me your highlight. Start off with Catherine. Give me your highlight for yourself. I know there's not many highlights in 2020.
Oh God, for me, I mean, it's been a rough year because I'm a stand-up comedian and I have not been able to perform. So
okay, give me your best line there. Give me your best line. Kanai and Giancarlo and everybody, Jess and Drew want to hear your best line. We need jokes here.
My best line. Oh God, I mean that's hard. Okay, I do a bit about Nick Nurse. Well, I'll keep it sports related because I love him. I have a huge crush on him.
Is that your best line? A huge crush on Nick Nurse?
No. That's not the whole joke. But okay, I don't want to do the joke, but essentially the joke is that after having like a crush on him for a year, I realized he kind of looks like my mom. And that's like the whole bit.
What?
He looks like your mom?
He looks like my mom, but it took me a year to be like, oh my God, I'm crushing on this older man that looks like my mom, That's like,
but what's wrong with your mom?
There's nothing wrong with my mom, but it's like, I didn't,
All right.
Listen, everybody typically laughs at that joke, but I did it in Hamilton, Ontario. I mean, shout out. But the one time I did that joke in Hamilton, they just looked at me like, and I was like, oh, okay. We don't get this bit in Hamilton.
All right. Kanai.
No, it's been a rough year, I think, for all of us in many ways, I think, but it was also it was a great year for opportunity for us, at least at TKO Countdown. We started off in June there, and we gave birth to 2 other shows, The Wiseman Report and Knockout, and also Club Traps.
Hold on, Kanai. Hold on. I've been bothering this guy. Now he goes offline. I've been bothering this guy. He hasn't answered texts. He hasn't answered phone calls. He comes in dark here, like with a blue UCLA Bruins hat. He did a show with Drew Ebanks. He can't even announce me to come. Respect here. Come on, Tracy Murray. Respect, man. I know you, 30 years. Can't even answer texts. Not even answering phone calls. What's up with you?
You need to chill out, man. I'm here.
All right.
Chill on out.
What's up, Trace?
Sometimes you need to be in suspense sometimes.
Oh, suspense.
Sometimes you need to shit your pants every now and then.
I'm not commenting about that. Not with 2 ladies here. Come on, Trace. All right. So I'm gonna put around the table, Trace. I want you to meet a couple newcomers to the team. Catherine's a big NBA fan. That's Tracy Murray, the long range bomber. Jess, Tracy Murray, and Kanai Andrews. Kanai Andrews, wrestling fan. Trace.
How are you?
Giancarlo Alino.
Good.
And this guy.
What's up, Giancarlo? How you doing, man?
Hey, Tracy.
Hold on. You did show with Drew Ebanks tonight or today on the Joe Tilley Sports Show. But I got to tell you this. Jess has found out something about Drew Ebanks today. Jess, do you want to tell Tracy Murray what you found out today?
What did I find out?
Oh, my gosh.
Here he goes. Here he goes, Drew.
Yeah, he's not gonna get off of this topic the whole night.
No, not the whole night.
Third reference to what now? What is it?
Okay, Trace. Drew Ebanks is older than you. Put it that way. Drew Ebanks is older than you. Yes. All right, Trace.
Barely.
All right, Trace,
Hey, hey, Drew, tell him it's like fine wine.
Oh
Just
man,
tell him. Just
better
let him
with
know.
age, baby. Better with
Just
age. That's
let
how
him
we do
know.
it. That's
Like
how we do
fine
it.
wine. Let him know.
Yep.
All right, Trace, I'll start off with you. Sorry I cut you off, Kanai, but we'll get back to
No
you in
worries.
just a second. Trace,
My bad, Kanai, because this dude right here, man. You gotta watch Joe, man. He's
listen,
gonna keep
Trace,
you on your toes, man.
Oh, yes.
In your eyes, what was the highlight for you in 2020?
Oh, what highlight? Jeez. I mean, it just seemed like the world just exploded in the wrong direction. I think the highlight of 2020 for me is that I was able to spend a lot of time with my family, and just the simpler things in life, you cherish so much more, you know, because everybody before 2020, they're trying to be the next whatever, you know what I mean? It's like they want the hottest car, they want the hottest chick, excuse me, ladies. They want to, you know, top bottles and make it rain, and then forget about the simpler things in life, like your circle that really cares and loves you. You know, you entertain a lot of nonsense before all of this hit. And now with this thing hitting and different things being done and said out there and many different details of what's going on, you know, some underground, some mainstream media. It just makes you look at your circle and cherish it even more and become that protective lion and protect yours. That's what it makes you do.
All right, Kanai, back to you. Sorry about that. I get excited every time I see Tracy Murray.
That's understandable, Joe. No question. T for 3 in the house. But just to build on what Tracy said, I think, you know, there was a lot of opportunity for a lot of athletes in 2020, despite the pandemic, particularly in combat sports, at least from what I saw. You know, with the UFC being one of the premier organizations to start the bubble and begin, you know, live sports on a weekly basis. You know, there were a lot of fighters in the UFC and in combat sports in general that got an opportunity to shine this year and took advantage of that opportunity. And so that's one of the things that really struck me this year is that, you know, being able to find an opportunity in things and to take your best shot and take advantage of that.
All right, Catherine. All right, I asked you, right? Or
yeah.
Okay, Jess.
Sorry, trying to connect my headphones here, but yeah, no, I think I agree with everybody. Just with COVID and now, I'm just trying to, you know, you appreciate family more and you know, you take things for granted, right? But one of the highlights I'd say for myself, I just finished my post-grad in sports media, so I'm very happy. And I'm thankful.
Wow.
Congrats.
Thank you. And I'm thankful to be
amazing.
on the show as well. So thanks, Joe.
All right, thanks, Jess.
Sure.
Giancarlo, what's your thought? I guess 2020 for you.
Just similar to like everything else, just looking at all the other opportunities that are out there. And you look what Kanai said about the UFC. I'd never really thought about that. They kind of put a framework out for like the NBA, the NHL, that this can really work if you can do it safely and invest some money in testing and a bubble. They can all safely resume and continue to provide a pathway for some of these athletes. And I guess just even on top of that, just interviewing some athletes like Tracy Murray. I had a chance to interview like Drew Ebanks last year. So just continue to do that and make sure that there's a pathway there and give some stories like on the soccer show, Carmen Asacco, Mark Anthony Kay for Black Players for Change, Matthew Arnone with his charity. So giving a voice to some of these athletes that they do more than just play the game and offer more to their sport for youth coming up.
All right, Drew. And honestly, I rag on Drew, but Drew is like family, so I go ahead, Drew. Honestly, Captain Canada.
Yeah, 2020. I mean, I think it's a pivot. Everybody's got to figure out where they can fit in. Like I mentioned before, I mean, our basketball business kind of took a tailspin, obviously, but I found our soccer business that we started, On Point Soccer Canada, provided some opportunities to get into that sport more. It's my second favorite sport. Loved it. I played it a little bit in high school. So, you know, just to be able to kind of get back into soccer, and what I'm seeing is very impressive. I mean, Giancarlo can tell you, you know, this summer I was around some of the top young ladies and men's youth players that are playing on Toronto TFC Academy, players that have actually already played. Some of the young ladies have already played on the senior women's team. And then around a great trainer named Jerome Baker, who's rising up the ranks in Canadian soccer. And just to kind of get my foot wet on that. And also, you know, watching more games, watching more soccer matches again, really getting into it. And unfortunately, you know, two, you know, recent passings, you know, in the soccer industry, of course, you know, Paulo Rossi and also Maradona, right? So Giancarlo, you can probably add to that. It was a tough year, Kobe, you know, and then you go through and all the things that have happened. And we just hope that 2021 can be a lot better. But you got to know how to pivot. Anything you do, guys, don't let it, you know, you're going to get hit. You're going to hit in this career, in this field. But you got to get ready to bounce back, and you got to think 3 steps ahead so that you don't lose a step.
All right, so we're graced by John Nelson there. I know he's got a couple minutes. John, I'm not going to introduce you to the whole table, but Tracy, who's a very good friend of mine, John Nelson is the captain, one of the captains of Barn Burner. This guy, and by the way, I'm going to announce this, John. Tracy, he won the what was it? The Sportscaster of the Year for 2020 in Georgia. So what he doesn't know is we talked to the cat.
Done.
We talked to the cat, and he stuffed the ballot box. Okay, Ernest stuffed the ballot box. Yeah. All right, John, give me your thoughts of 2020. And honestly, this guy is one of the captains of the Barn Burner Network. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, obviously, I think it's been a challenge on a bunch of different fronts. I think that it's been a challenge for franchises to figure out how to continue to function as best they can. It's a challenge for leagues to figure out how to function as best they can, for businesses how to function as best they can. I mean, Tracy knows full well what it's been like for the National Basketball Association to finish a season, do it in a bubble scenario, and now they're coming back and getting ready in less than a week's time to come back for the 2020-21 season. So there's a lot of challenges professionally that we've been looking at and trying to gauge how sports can continue in a year like this. And this is one of the things, and I'm going to show you what I've kept as a part of this year. This is the lineup sheet from Atlanta United and Club America, not from the match last night in Orlando, Florida, which was leg 2 of the CONCACAF Champions League quarters. But the date on this is March 11th, 2020. This was the lineup sheet, March 11th, at the Estadio Azteca in Mexico City, when those of us who were there to watch Atlanta United and Club America started looking on our social media, and we started seeing what was going on with Utah and Detroit. We looked on our social media, and we saw Mark Cuban looking at his phone, and the reaction. You could see Mark Cuban going, "No way." And this match was going on. It was a 10:30 Eastern time kick. We're watching the entire sports world cascade to where it would be for the next little while after that. And the match was 3-0 Club America by the time it was done. The team got to hop on a charter, come back to the United States, and resume their lives at that point. I got to spend that next day, that Thursday, in Mexico City, watching one channel that had English language on it in my hotel. It was CNN International. So I was watching everything going on around the world involving COVID-19 from a hotel room in Mexico City, Mexico, hoping I could leave the country and come back here to the United States. I was fortunate enough that I could do that coming back on the Friday. But to get that added day's worth of perspective for me was something that I will never forget. And that's why I've kept this lineup sheet just as a remembrance of where everything started and where we've come from there. And obviously the good news here in the States about vaccines and things like that. But it's been a challenge on a lot of different fronts. It's been a challenge for us here at the network. And I know that all of you have been a part of this as well, and trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to do programming? How are we going to do shows? How are we going to continue to tell our stories? Whether it's you, Giancarlo, and Catherine and Jess, what you say, Tracy, Maria, Drew, and Kanai, all of your different sports, all of your different viewpoints. I think that all of you should be congratulated and commended for having to think on the fly about how we can be versatile, how we can be flexible, and how we can continue to tell the stories that are a part of our fabric and our framework here in a very, very long 2020. And I know that we all hope that 2021 will not be as long as 2020 is.
All right, very well said. We're joined by a special. Jess, do you want to take care of this one, or should I? It's Jess.
Yeah, this is actually one of my guests, Maria. So I interviewed her last night. We were talking about NBA, Giannis, and whatnot. So Maria, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's so good.
Hold on, that's not a good introduction, Jess. All right, Maria is a big. No. Hold on, Jess.
Joe, wait. I want her to say hi, get a little comfortable, and then ask the next question. So since you said hi now, Maria, do you mind telling the audience a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Maria, huge basketball fan. Played for a little bit in university at Carleton. Go Ravens. And yeah, it's just been a huge part of my life. So love coming to talk with Jess and just kind of doing some breakdowns, especially where the world is right now. It's always great to kind of be able to connect on that level and be able to still do this while everything's going on.
All right, hold on, Maria. Of course, it's great to talk to Jess, but you're on here. You're a special guest. You want to talk to one of the former great.
Don't put her on the spot, Joe. Don't put her on the spot.
I'm putting her on the spot. She's on here. That's a special guest. Come on. With the long-range bomber, Tracy. She's on here to talk to Giancarlo. Come on. All right. Or Drew. Come on. She's here to talk to Tracy Murray. So here, I'm putting you on the spot. You got one question. Ask Tracy Murray anything. Go ahead.
Hey, before you do, Maria, stay on your toes with Joe. I'm trying to tell you, stay on your toes with him.
That is accurate.
Go ahead, Maria.
Okay. Out of all of your games, which one was your favorite and why was it so impactful?
There you go.
That's a tough one, because when you think of the Toronto year, there were a lot of big games, impactful games, that the inaugural year. Then there's the 50-point game. So and then there's the championship in Houston. So I always go back and forth on what was most important for my career. I think a lot of people, unfortunately, didn't get to see the year that I had, the inaugural year, because we only had one nationally televised game, especially in the States. That Chicago Bulls game was monumental, especially, in Toronto, Canada, or in the country of Canada, period. They were 72-10 and we beat them. So that's something that's monumental. But then how many people scored 50 points in a game? And I had that night. And of course, how many people win a world championship? So there are three things that are at the pinnacle. It's kind of hard to put them all in front of each other. But those are the things that, kind of make your career worth talking about. You're a champion. Whenever you're mentioned or brought up on a show or anything, you're a champion. They go through your bio and they always bring up the 50-point game, and they always bring up the 72-10 win against the Bulls, because that's something that shouldn't have happened. we were an expansion team playing arguably the best team ever in the NBA. You know, it should have been 73-9, no question. But we matched up well with them. We played extremely hard with a chip on our shoulder all the time. And it also helps that you had 38,000 people up in there yelling and screaming. So we definitely gave them something to be proud about, to go out in the streets and celebrate that night. So it's hard to say one, but those are my three.
Maria, that was a very good question. So I'll give you a second.
It was a loaded question. Because there was so many layers to it. But it you know, when you talk about trying to narrow down to one, but it was a fantastic question because, you know, you asked many different questions, but to say which one was more important, it's tough. You know, the most, you know, something to define yourself by, that's one answer. That's tough. You know, so thank you for that one. Sorry for the long wind.
No, dare to be different. I had to be on my toes on that one, so I just kind of thought of something that.
No, be on your toes for the next one coming with him.
Yeah. Really.
Look, his brain is working right now. Look at him.
I'm trying to get somebody else in. Tracy, I'm going to put you on the spot. Somebody else is waiting in the room, weight room, if our producer can let him in, because I know Trace wants this guy in because I want to battle on Barnburner.
He better come on in here. Get up in here, Mo Pete.
That's right. I want a 3-point competition between Mo Pete, Tracy Murray, and Drew Ebanks. All right? So, look.
Hey, Drew, he's always throwing you in the joke, man. You better get him off you.
I'm used to it by now, Trace.
Man, you're going to have to shoot back at some point, man.
He can't shoot back. He can't.
Let him have his moments. Let him have his moments.
So quiet.
Tonight, don't let him do it.
Let's hear something.
I want to see that on pay-per-view. I mean, that's an attraction there.
There he is. There he is. Morris Peterson.
Here we go.
Yes, Mo.
Andre, what's up?
What's going?
What's up, my party?
Big
What's
party.
going on? What's up, good people?
How you doing, Mo?
What's up, Mo?
Oh, hello.
See you, brother.
All right, hold on. Morris Peterson, we got a special guest, Maria, on here, who has requested to be on with you, not with Tracy, not with me, not with Jess, not with nobody.
With
with
you.
So yes, so Maria, the table's all yours. She's crying, she's excited, everything.
She's blushing already.
I know. I'm like, oh my god.
Like Maria's suit's color is matching her blouse.
That's great.
Go ahead, Maria.
You do that?
So yeah,
Mo?
Mo, you and I have actually met once before, and
Oh, really?
yeah, I actually hold on. Should we bring up the picture?
Oh, there's a picture too.
Oh,
There's a picture.
Hey.
There is a
Okay.
picture. So it was the first time. Yeah. So this is it. You've commented on it actually, but that's me hugging a picture of you when I was probably about 15 years old, and that's me.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like 4 years ago.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Tracy was a little too old for you to be holding this picture like that.
Now you know where I get it. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice. That's man. That was a young picture of me too. That was a young picture of me.
Yeah, you got dreads now, brother.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Maria, ask your question.
Absolutely incredible. Okay, so Tracy got a really hard question. But for you, because you've seen so many Raptors and you've played so many seasons with the Raptors, and I mean, in 2009, when you got your jersey retired by Michigan State, including those players and including the Raptors, who was your favorite person to play with? And we can include New Orleans. And...
Oh man, who was my favorite person? Tracy Murray. Tracy Murray.
Oh, what else would you say?
No, but you know
Not
what?
quick enough. Not quick enough.
You know what? That's a good question because I got a chance to play with some real good veterans, some real good guys. They turned me into a pro real early. I got drafted and you know, Antonio Davis, Dale Curry, Muggsy Bogues, Charles Oakley, you know, T. Murray was always in my ear, always letting me know that things gonna be all right.
Where was I sitting,
those
Mo?
guys, what you say?
Where was I sitting?
Right next to me.
That's right.
Right next to you. Hey, I tell people, hey, T. Murray been there since day one, man. He always been, you know, sometimes you come to the league, you get guys who, you know, they don't want to give you the, you know, the real spiel. But
Right.
T. Murray always gave me the real. He always gave me a great perspective. Those veterans always, I remember the first game we lost, you know, me being at Michigan State, you know, we especially my last 2 years, we only lost a couple games. So when we lost the game, I was kind of responsible, you know, for it. And I remember going in the locker room, I was down on myself, and everybody was walking around, and we were just, hey man, you know, T. Murray them came up, hey, don't worry about that young fella, man. We got a whole rest of the season to go. And I think mentally those guys really helped me become, you know, the pro. And they see me, you see me during a lot of the games, I'll be smiling and stuff. It was because of those guys helping me out. So hats off to him. T. Murray, take your hat off, man. Let me see what your hair looking like.
Come on, man. You know, come on, man. You already know. You already know what it was.
What's your hair looking like?
I need to get one of those.
See, us young guys, we made your hair fall out, huh?
A little off the top.
Oh man, I pulled them all out, man.
Good.
You know what?
Here's the thing.
All jokes aside, Mo came in there and he worked his ass off, and to be a rookie and to be in the starting lineup with all of us veterans, you know, that means you, number one, you're talented. Number two, you go hard, and you understand what you're trying to get accomplished as an individual. You know, you're individually driven. And then to come in there, and he was absolutely right. Every vet in that locker room made sure they put their arm around Mo and helped him, because we all respected how hard he went. We all, fantastic dude, you know, great family, and we all wanted to make sure he had success. Well, you can't be selfish when you get a young guy to come in and you at year 9, 10, 11, and 12, you know, your day is almost done. So you got to make sure you reach back and you help somebody else. And that's what we did with Mo.
All right, hold on before John Nelson has got to go, because look, we got guys here who it's date night with his wife.
And Church until in, so I'm tagging.
All right, thanks, John. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot.
All right, John.
Thanks, John.
See you.
Take care.
Be well, everybody. We'll catch up with you soon.
And Mo, remember this.
All right now.
Congrats again, John.
Yep. Congrats, John.
I don't know if Tracy and Mo remember this guy, Joe Tildy. He used to be a sports caster.
How can I forget?
Geez, Tracy, I haven't seen you in a few hours, man. How you doing?
Oh, man,
yeah.
JT.
Hey, how you doing, Mo?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. I can't complain.
All right,
man. Good.
So hold on.
Good. You looking good.
Yeah, you too.
I got both of these guys on here, and it's NBA season's just next week. I'm going to go around the table, all right? First, I'll start off with Trace, okay? I'm going to ask you a question. Who is your pick for the NBA Finals this season? And how are the Tampa Raptors going to do?
It's the Laker Invitational, if you ask me. I'm sorry. They loaded up, even snatched a couple of Raptors, or at least one. Very, very important Raptor. It's the Laker Invitational. You know, they have to stay healthy, though. That's why you play a season. But I can't see anybody beating them. I think don't sleep on the Raptors, because they have a lot of good young pieces that have experience, especially from the championship year. So they know how to win. They know how hard it takes. So you have to understand that they're going to scrap. I don't think they have enough to win it all, but I do think that they will compete.
All right, Mo.
Hey, I have to agree with Tracy with the Lakers. Lakers so much ahead of, so far ahead of everybody else right now, especially with the pieces that they picked up. I feel like they think they got better. You know, I mean, if you look at Harrell and Schroeder, and then you know, the supporting cast with Kuzma, I think I watched him a few times in the preseason. It looked like he's starting to lock in a little bit. So on the West, I definitely think the Lakers going to pull it. I think it's a little more interesting in the East because you got KD and Kyrie with that team, with that Brooklyn team. That's who I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see those guys. If they can get it together, they're going to upset a lot of people in the East. So, but I think overall, the Lakers going to pull it. Going to pull it out. It's they just so far ahead of everybody right now.
Okay, so here we'll go around the table quickly because I know Tracy. I was going to ask his kids, did they get everything, or did you get Santa going to get you everything you want for Christmas?
Hey, girls, come here.
Yeah.
Come here.
We saw Malia earlier.
Malia and Tiana. This is Malia over
Tiana. Hi,
here,
Malia.
and this is Tiana. Say hi, guys. Say hi. So they asked you guys, is Santa getting you everything that you want?
You want to say hi?
Basically. Huh? You're not getting everything you want for Christmas?
Yeah.
They're getting shy.
Here's another
one. The camera, then they want to get shy.
I know, right? My daughter's been peeping their head, and
okay.
One of my daughters. This is my daughter. This is Malia.
There she is.
One of my oldest twins.
Wait, did you say Malia?
Yep, this is Malia.
Okay,
Malia. This is
Malia.
This is Alex. This is Alex right here.
Hey, Alex.
Melanie. And Morris.
Melanie?
Hey.
Morris. What up, Morris? What up, Morris?
Your daddy.
And Natalia.
Your daddy.
Natalia. Wow.
Natalia and Alex. These are twins right here.
Oh, wow.
They're twins.
Wow.
And these are my oldest set of twins, Malia and Melanie.
Yeah.
And you got a real young one, don't you, Mo?
You got the twin bug there, Mo. That's amazing.
We have a starting team there. Yeah, Mo was sending them out there. One more. He was shooting those twins.
What you say?
Who said, right?
Hey, you know, that was my only triple-double, man. Y'all know that.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Hey, if Tracy would have knocked down a couple of jumpers, I could have got a triple-double. But everybody know I didn't like assists.
Hey, advocate here.
Hey, Mo, we know that you were 4, right? So you look for your shot first, and then by the time you pass it to me, my man was on me, so I couldn't knock it down.
Hold on.
He waited too long. You always waited too long.
Mo, you know I'm your advocate here. Tracy, I got to ask you this. Have you ever tried K-Brew or what?
Here he goes.
Come on. See, he hasn't. Mo, come on. Reveal it to him.
What was that?
K-Brew. Come on. Tracy hasn't tried K-Brew. What's wrong with him?
Man, I don't know what's going on with you, T. Murray, man. You need to try the Cape Root. It's Cape Root, Joe.
Sorry.
You got to tell them the right name, man.
So is that how you double it and triple it up?
All right.
Hey, I don't need the triple anymore, bro.
You don't need the triple.
It's about time, yeah.
In case you're wondering, once again, congratulations to Mo, him and his wife. Where's your wife?
She's with the baby.
Okay, had a baby.
Congrats again, bro.
And here we're joined by one. This is an all-star cast. You see him right now. I don't know if you guys remember him. Former Super Bowl champion for the San Francisco 49ers. Too bad they're crap this year. Not like the Buffalo Bills. It's Randy Cross. Yeah. Hopefully he's going to put on his camera there.
They're
Randy
great.
Cross.
They're great, Randy Cross.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Randy.
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
That's Tracy Murray, UCLA Bruin, Morris Peterson, and Giancarlo Lino, Joe Tilley, Drew Evans, Catherine Kenoi, and Jess. Randy, anything you want to say to UCLA Bruin, Tracy Murray?
No, it's always good to be on with the Bruin. I tell you that for sure.
Thank you, Randy. I'll tell you, I'm a big fan, man. I'm a big fan.
Thanks.
All right,
Yeah,
so
I grew up a big hoops fan and watched Coach Wooden win a whole bunch when I was a kid.
Yep.
All right, Mo, do you have any questions to say to a Super Bowl champion? You'll never see the Super Bowl in Detroit, put it that way.
Oh, see, hey,
Never.
That's why I wore my my Detroit Lions hoodie. No, what an honor though to be around, to be talking with a Super Bowl champion, a great guy. I just want to say I have a good friend that won the Super Bowl, and he just tell me it's nothing like, when a buzzer sounds and you know that you won a championship. And how did that feel when y'all won a Super Bowl?
Yeah. Well,
you said
the first one was unbelievable, but I think the biggest takeaway from winning the first one was we were on such a roll, you didn't really want to even think about the fact that you didn't have any more games.
Right.
All right, Joe Tilly, go ahead. I know you're looking forward to Randy Cross there. Joe Tilly and I support the new Super Bowl champions, Buffalo Bills, by the way, but put it that way.
Well, yeah, we both like to see the Bills win. I mean, they never have done it, right? They've got their 4 years.
They got
in a row,
just as a good chance as the Lions, man.
Yeah, right.
Little better chance than the Lions.
Be right there when it's all said and done.
The Lions.
When it's all said and done, they're gonna be right there with us.
All right, hold on 1 second. Tracy Murray is being called to daddy duty there. So Tracy, any last comments here? First of all, Tracy Murray, one of the greatest Raptors of all time, even better person, best of the season, holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you, your family, Trace, and everything like that. But any last comments before you leave?
Yeah, I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. Everybody be safe. God bless everybody, man. We're going through it, but, let's everybody just be safe and hold on to the people that you love real tight, and I look forward to talking to you guys again, of course. So you guys have a good night. Much love to everybody. Mo, love you, brother.
Love you too, T. Good seeing you, bro.
It's always a pleasure and always an honor to be on with you guys. You guys have a good evening.
All right, Tracy.
All right, Tracy, good seeing you. Thanks for earlier today, too, eh? Thank you.
All right.
No problem.
Sorry,
Yep.
Randy.
All right, Mo.
Go ahead.
Take care, brother.
You too, my brother.
Joe, it was Joe talking, right? Joe, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just, I remember watching, Joe Montana, Dwight Clark doing their thing, but that, of course, couldn't have happened if it wasn't for Randy Cross doing his thing, right? So, those are some great teams. Back in the day, it was just that was a team to watch. That was the team that I wanted to see win, and they did, and it was brilliant. Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tell you, it was a lot of fun. I tell you, the league right now is got about as much offense as it's ever had, and I would love to see somebody actually decide to play defense. But I guess defense these days is holding somebody under 30.
Right.
All right.
Well, that Monday night game.
Well, you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about my Lions holding nobody under 30.
You were right there.
All right. So, I know this guy's got to go to Norm. Say hello to Randy Cross, Morris Peterson, and the rest of the crew. Can you hear me, Norm?
Yeah, I sure can. So, hi, gentlemen.
Hey, Norm.
Hey, Norm.
Norman in the house. All right.
Sure. Yeah, Randy, nice to meet you, so to speak.
Nice meeting you, Norm.
Nice to meet you, and congratulations on your great career.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Norm, you want to say anything to Mo or Joe Tilly or any of us here? I know you're going to go to Starbucks before you start work. Come on.
Well, I'm not going to Starbucks. They close early now, like a lot of places. No, it's just, Merry Christmas and all the best. And let's hope we can all get through the COVID till we get the vaccines going for everybody. And that includes, people watching. So whatever you're celebrating, Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all that, enjoy it, be safe, and just stay strong. We'll all get through this together.
And I know you want to say congratulations to Mo. him and his wife just celebrated another baby birth. Go ahead. You were telling me, so go ahead, Norma. Anything you want to say to Mo?
Yeah, Mo, congratulations, or in my ancient cultural tongue, mazel tov.
Thank you. Thank you,
So
Norm.
Mo,
I appreciate that.
Mo, you've got enough for a starting roster in the NBA now, don't you?
Man, I got a starting 5 plus a couple off the bench.
Yeah, he said.
Before you got on, I had like 5 of them come on the show. So you just missed them. They all came and rushed me, and but yeah, I've been blessed. I've been super blessed. Got a healthy baby boy. We had a doctor's appointment today. His 1 month checkup. So he's gained 3 pounds in the month.
Well,
so he's
awesome.
a big boy.
So so Mo, I'm hoping the good folks, at Michigan State, seeing as you were a proud and talented Spartan, I think they owe it to you. All your kids should get freebies there in 20 years or so.
Hey, we need to talk to Coach Izzo about that.
Yeah.
We need to talk to Coach Izzo about that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Good part for the Spartans, that's for sure. So hopefully all your kids will, I'm sure they'll all be in college and hopefully there.
Well, we'll see. A couple of them, said they want to go somewhere else, which, I don't mind. I want them to. I want the best for them. My parents never pushed me to kind of go to Michigan State. They just told me, go wherever go take the road that's best for you, and we'll support you. But I do throw the Spartan. I kind of put it in their mind when they were young, so that's kind of something they only know as well. So.
Well, I'll just a slight degree of bias,
Absolutely.
say, I mean, Coach Boeheim might still be coaching.
All right, our producer, throw up Norm.
Oh man, hey.
Throw Norm out, producer. Throw Norm out. Come on.
Here we go, Syracuse time. Syracuse work.
Yeah,
you know what?
Painted orange.
Put that Syracuse plug in there, huh?
Yeah, well, it's been, I'll tell you, I was going to mention to Randy, he would know, is like when Randy was playing, Syracuse had a top grade, always top 25 football program. And really ever since the end of the Paul Pasqualoni era, it's been rough going. It's tough as an alumni because we used to, the school used to produce top NFL players, as he would know. It's quite a list of them. I mean, Rob Moore, Daryl Johnson, later on, Donovan McNabb, Marvin Harrison, Dwight Freeney, and God, we've fallen off so badly. And this year, I guess the COVID's probably a factor. But Randy, I guess college football is sometimes cyclical, but right now it's basically the same top 10, top 25 as it's been for the last 10 years. Not really cyclical all that much.
Not as much anymore. Not with recruiting being what it is. You watch all the top recruiting shows and analysts over the last couple of days, real familiar names. And the biggest problem is, at the lines of scrimmage, there's probably half a dozen schools that those kids want to go to. And, the top guys don't go at this point anywhere else. And you've got to be a program that develops players at all positions, but especially offensive and defensive line.
Well, and I know after, 10 years ago, maybe had to do with on the basketball side, they had some sanctions, but a lot of schools like Syracuse, I think, had to toughen up. I don't know if this goes across the board for all schools, but I know at Syracuse, they had to, whether self-imposed or from the outside, toughen up academic standards. And I think maybe that, I'm not knocking the other schools, I'm just saying, I think that might have been a bit of a factor at Syracuse, but I'm not sure.
Syracuse is just bad, man. No, it's not the no, I'm just I'm just joking. But you know what though? If you look at the top schools and you look at the Alabamas, a lot of those kids, they're influenced. They're saying, you know what? I really haven't had any. My family and I don't have anything. If we take this road, we have a better chance, so to speak, because we're playing up against guys with the same talent as that can bring that talent out of me. And a lot of those guys see that. I mean, even if you look at the Kentucky basketball program, you get a lot of kids say, hey, you know what? If I go to Kentucky, I'll be there for a year and I'll go to the NBA and I'll be ready and have the tools that I need. You know,
Absolutely. There's some of those. There's a handful of those schools in both football and basketball. Like, let's face it, if you come out of Duke, you'll at least, it's not a guarantee, but if you come out of Duke basketball, for example,
yeah.
you know, you're probably, or like you said, Kentucky, you're probably going to at least get a shot, and then it's up to you once you get the opportunity. But at least you're going to get a shot because of the profile of the school.
Right.
Absolutely.
You'll certainly get scouted.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
look at a guy like, say, Fred Van Vliet, for example, right? And we were talking about this earlier today with Tracy. Here's a guy, you know, from Wichita who was like amazing, but, you know, it was a school that people weren't just watching a lot of, and ends up not getting drafted at all, playing in the D League, or sorry, 905, but it was not the D League anymore, but playing Raptors 905. That's where he ended up, and you know, nice and close to where Messiah Ujiri could see him, and you know.
Well, I'll run this by Randy. You know, Randy, there's like, you know, you guys have been talking about, you go to one of the established schools on either the basketball or football side, you know, let's face it, you go to LSU or Clemson, you know, or you know, Notre Dame, Michigan for football, Ohio State, you go right there, you know, it's quite a long list. Alabama, you know, you're going to get likely at least get a golden opportunity to at least go to an NFL camp. But then again, on the opposite side, Randy, I know that, you know, guys who played like yourself in the pros will always tell you, look, nowadays, every school is on TV, even the lower, you know, divisions. And they all say, like people, you know, I've spoken to are pros or coached or whatever. If you're good, if you're really good, Randy, the scouts will find you no matter where you're playing. Do you agree with that?
Oh yeah, that's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. And kids have started hearing that at 7-on-7 camps and other camps in high school all over the country. And it's no mystery. There's two things important. You've got to be able to recruit those strong states, you know, the Floridas and the Georgias and the Texas and California and, you know, Pennsylvania and Ohio and all those. And you got to control your own state. And that's something that, you know, for instance, you guys are talking about Syracuse. You know, when was the last time Syracuse didn't let guys from New York get out of the state and go somewhere else? You know, that's something that you do control. That little thing about guys from the Sunshine States, that they hear the three words that they don't understand: lake effect snow.
Yes.
As soon as they hear
yes.
that,
All right,
those kids
I was going to say that.
No.
I was going to say that. That's a big factor. The weather. The weather is a huge factor. You can't have a guy coming from down south that's going to want to go to Michigan State. If he can go to Alabama, or he can go to Florida or Miami. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just won't happen. So a lot of these other schools, if you look at Michigan State,
basketball, you're playing inside, right? At least in basketball, you're playing inside. Football, you're playing outside.
Well,
so,
Randy,
I mean,
Norm, hold on. Giancarlo has to go here because he has to do some editing. So, Giancarlo, thanks a lot for joining us. And Norm, I know you got to go because you got your work to do now. So, any last comments, Giancarlo and Norm, to any one of us, to Randy, to Mo, to anybody? Giancarlo first.
Oh no, I'll go with Norm first. Legend goes first.
All right, Norm, go ahead. Buy Giancarlo a coffee.
Well, there's legends. Mine would be with a very small L. But anyway,
L for loser. Go ahead, Norm.
Yeah. So I'll just say this much. You know, you gotta defend your alma mater. Last I checked, it hasn't helped lately, but there is no lake effect snow inside the Carrier Dome.
That's right.
That's true.
Giancarlo, go ahead.
Yeah, just how do you follow that from Norm? But just thanks everyone. This was great. Hope everyone has a great holiday. If you celebrate Christmas, have a great Christmas, New Year's. Hopefully catch up with everyone in the new year. And speaking of alma mater, York, you legend, another one, Carmen Asako, is going to be on later. Give my best to Carmen. We'll also see you tomorrow. So take care, everyone.
All right.
Yeah, good seeing you, Giancarlo. Good seeing you, Norm.
Thank you for your service. Y'all have a good one. It's good seeing y'all.
All right.
Thanks. Good talking to you, Mo. And Randy, congratulations again on your great career. Nice to be on with you. Look forward to doing it again.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enjoy work.
Thank you, Norm. Yep. Nice tracksuit, by the way, Norm.
Chelsea, my Chelsea Blues from the 1950s logo.
Cut him
Yes.
off. I don't need to wear Chelsea or Syracuse.
Blue is the
anymore.
color.
Cut him off. Cut him off. All right. Thanks, Norm. I'll talk to you later. Randy, I got a question for you. Since we're heading down the stretch in NFL season, all right? And be honest, Joe and me want to know this. Who's your Super Bowl pick?
Well, I think at this point, as much as I love what Pittsburgh's doing, I think Kansas City is going to be right there. Kansas City, Buffalo, and Pittsburgh are kind of neck and neck, but I like BC. And I just say qualify. You can get into the playoffs and get yourself a chair at the table. I think you got a shot. And I mean, down to the new wild card, even teams like that are going to have a shot. But Kansas City, it's hard to see too many people beating them.
Yeah,
Right.
they're definitely hard to beat. And they're definitely hard to beat. And especially if you look at this year with all the, with everything going on with COVID and you don't know who's going to play. I feel like any team that makes it to the playoffs can give themselves a chance to win.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
What about Mo's Detroit
I
Lions?
believe
Come on,
that.
what about Mo's Detroit Lions?
Well, that's different, man. Our Lions, we have to get it together, man. We're gonna get it together.
That was a brutally tough loss last week.
Oh yeah.
All right.
There's
All
a
right.
there's a common theme with organizations like Detroit. They introduce new coaches way too often.
Hey, I'm a Giants fan. I got no right to say anything here.
Yeah.
Well, at least y'all got
Giants got a shot.
At least you
Giants got a
won
shot
some
at the
Super Bowls
playoffs.
recently.
Oh,
At least you're not a Jet fan.
I don't think even Jet fans are Jet fans around here this year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like obstinate loyalty, if anything, on that side.
All right. And Randy, let me ask you this. The Canadian Football League took a hiatus here. As a former NFL player, and you know about the Canadian Football League, hell, you know about the XFL and all that. How do you go to a league who took a year hiatus and expect them to come back at 1,000% and play maybe in front of nobody, maybe in front of fans there?
I think you have to look at it. If you're a fan, it's something you've loved since you're a little kid, and you welcome it back and you cherish every minute you get a chance to watch it. I think if you're a player, it's exactly like the NBA and all the minds down from there. It's a shot.
Right.
And it's a chance that maybe it'll lead to the NFL. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But it's still it's an unbelievable game, and it's got a fantastic history.
Okay, so Morris Peterson has to go back to daddy duty here also. Take care of his whole team there, 5 plus 2. And one, I'm going to go around the table here, Mo. Any last comments to Mo Peterson?
Yeah, I mean, I've followed your career a lot, Mo, and it was great hearing you and Tracy talk about some of the, the golden days there during the first couple of years of the team there. I think the last time I asked you about that game with VC when he got you kicked out of the game accidentally and he hit the game winner there.
Yeah.
I don't. I guess what I wanted to ask you: have you been following any of the boxing or any of the combat sports this year? If so, what has been your favorite fight this year, if you have been?
Some of the boxing and combat sports.
Or the UFC.
I have watched some of the UFC. I'm really good friends with Clarissa Shields, and she just announced that she was about to start doing the combat sports. So
right,
I talked with her, and she said, "Hey, bro, I'm about to go through this. I'm about to conquer this world." So I've been kind of, I've been kind of eager on watching women's combat sports more because she's interested in it now. So, but I've been watching some great knockouts. Can't remember some of the guys. I'm trying to remember what the guy name was.
Nate,
I can't.
Jake Paul.
Nate Robinson.
Oh man, see.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, the Jake
Don't do
Paul
my boy
Robinson
like
thing,
that.
yeah. With the Snoop Dogg commentary. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one. I saw the Mike Tyson fight too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. You know
I
what?
felt bad.
The only thing that I didn't understand was before the fight, I'm watching Jake Paul's highlights, right? And he's in there sparring, he's in there knocking guys out. And then all you see is Nate Robinson on his side doing the drills and you doing everything. I feel like if he was going to do that, he should have spent some more time in the ring actually sparring. Because,
Definitely.
you know, getting hit with a boxing glove, that can knock your lights out. You know,
You can't play boxing. You can't play boxing.
Right. So
Yeah.
that was the only thing I didn't understand. I'm like, why is he getting out here fighting this guy? And I haven't seen any sparring. I haven't seen him knock anybody out. I haven't seen him do anything. Does he know how to take a punch? Because that's in boxing, if you can't take a punch, then, you know, I don't know what you're boxing for. But it was,
well, I think
he's going to bounce back, man. That's my guy, Nate, man. He's going to bounce back.
All right, quickly, Drew, I'm going to give you 24 seconds starting now. 24 seconds of Mo. Go ahead, Drew.
Oh, I'd actually like to ask him about Tom Izzo. I've met Coach Izzo before, and he's really high on Canadian basketball and the talent here. What is it about Coach Izzo that allows him to be able to have success from like the 90s, 2000s, you know, all the way up to now?
I think Coach does a great job with connecting with his kids, connecting with his players. I remember when I was getting recruited, he said, "Hey Morris, you know, I have a vision that, you know, if you were one of the pieces of the puzzle, we will win a national championship." And he has an uncanny ability to get you to believe him, and you want to run through a brick wall for him because he cares about his players. He's a guy. He's not going to let you fail. If you tell him that you're trying to do something, he's going to hold you accountable to it. And I think that's been one of the resilient things about him. You know, I talked to him when he had COVID. You know, I reached out to him and just told him, "Hey, Coach, you know, how you feeling, this and that." He said he's feeling good, and I appreciate you know, me reaching out to him. And he's just one of those guys, one of those coaches that, man, all of us just have such a special bond with him because, like I said, he cares about you. It's not just about basketball with him. You know, he was caring about my academics. He, you know, he always calls and checks up on my family. You know, I think what the guys are doing this year, I think Michigan State, if you look at all the years that they've had the opportunity to win a national championship, if you look at the talent all across the board, they have that talent that we did this year.
Yeah, they're a dangerous team here.
They got a dangerous team, and one guy, you know, it started with Golden Boy. You know who Golden Boy is? Let me pick your brain about Canadian basketball. You know who Golden Boy is?
Not Dave Thomas. No.
David Thomas. That was the first Canadian basketball player that he recruited. I mean, DT was doing some amazing stuff in high school.
All right, hold on, Mo. Hold on.
Triple doubles.
I know you and Randy Cross got to leave now, so I'm gonna let Randy Cross have a question of you, Mo. Go ahead, Randy. You got any?
I'm enjoying this conversation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Google David Thomas as soon as I get off here.
Put it that way.
That's DT out of where Brampton, I think DT was from. Yeah, big time.
And he's still up at Michigan State right now, working with Coach Izzo.
Yes, he is.
Is he really?
Yep.
With basketball operations.
Yep, families down there as well. Yeah, amazing.
Yep, great player. He won a national championship with us. I wouldn't be the player and the person I am without him. He's a great guy.
So before you guys leave, I'll let Scott, because he's been quiet here. Scott, any questions to both these guys here, and then I'll let them go. Go ahead.
Well, how you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well.
We're good, Scott. Thank you.
Man, we just had literally our first snowstorm over here, so we're still dealing with all of that.
Have fun.
As you guys do, but we hate it down here. First of all, Morris, the question for you is, how far away are the Knicks right now? And for Randy, I'll give you the same question more or less. How far away are the Giants? Because right now in this area, suffering city.
The Knicks have a good as chance as my Lions this year.
Yeah, they'll be better. They finally got a young player, right?
Yeah.
RJ.
Yeah, at the big
Not
man,
much better.
the big man out of Dayton. He's looking good. I love that draft pick.
He is. Yeah, he
sure.
is.
Randy,
I think the Knicks, they got some more pieces. Obviously, they need some superstars there, but I think as a young team, they're gonna go through some ups and downs. They're gonna definitely go through some ups and downs, but it got some good pieces, and they put some pieces together.
Obi Toppin, watch out for him, folks.
Obi Toppin is the new Amari Stoudemire.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Randy, go ahead and answer about the Giants, and I'll let you guys go. I'll make.
Yeah, I would love to see the Giants get better. Hell, I'd love to see the NFC East get better, just as a group. When you look at those records, that's kind of hard to look at and hard to take. The Giants at the line of scrimmage, I think, have to improve in pretty good spots on both sides of the ball, and they need the same thing. There's a lot of teams out there. They need health. If they can stay healthy, they can compete. But when they get the injuries, everybody gets injuries. But I mean, when you're kind of thin to start with and you get injuries, you got no shot.
You think Daniel is the future?
And maybe you didn't hear that. Daniel Jones, you think he's the future?
Jones is the future on this?
He frozen up. All right. So Randy, I just wanted to thank you for coming on, and I want to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all the best, and we'll talk early in the new year when the Buffalo Bills go to the Super Bowl.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Randy.
Nice to meet you, Randy.
Nice meeting you guys too. Yeah, you guys got to talk to some of those talking heads for the networks and make those funny remarks about the Bills. Okay.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right.
No, more respect.
All right, guys.
More respect.
No respect. That's right. Morris, Mo, Pete, honestly, like I mentioned with Trace and Mo, I go way back for about 20, 25 years. And first of all, I'm going to do this. I want to thank your wife who I take you away from daddy duty for like an hour every 2 weeks, every week here. By the way, I'm going to give you 2-3 weeks off. 2 to 3 weeks off. Oh. We'll be back here January 7th, something like that, because Drew wants to celebrate the NBA coming back with you, Mo. But any last comments, Mo, to your fans here?
Yes. Well, first of all, I appreciate y'all having me on the show as always. Yeah, man. My kids are my life. I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed. I hope everyone has a great Christmas, to get a opportunity to enjoy their family and friends, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the future.
And Mo is, like I said about Tracy, one of the best guys, period. Not only was a great basketball player, but always when I call him, he's always available. And Mo, again, thank you to your wife who gives us time to do this, and tell everybody about your gear and about, I can't pronounce the name, so I'm not going to pronounce the name. So go ahead, promote some stuff. It's the holiday season. All right.
Well, the name of my wine, the wine is called Cape Brut, and it's a South African Cabernet. I will have some of that soon. Like I said, when everything opens up, we're going to get some more. And also go on my website, worldartistrefuge.com. I've got new sweatsuits and new things.
Jessica needs some. Come on, she could model it. Come on.
Yes, no, I need some. I'll go online. I'll go check out the website.
Yeah, we definitely got to pick up one of those sweats, Mo, for sure. We'll get on the site.
I appreciate it.
And sorry, give me that site again, Mo. I'm going to check it out again.
Yeah, one more time with the website.
worldartistrefuge.com.
World.
I'll give the information to Joe. Yep, it's World Artist, ARTIST Refuge, REF.
World Artist Refuge. World Artist Refuge. Okay, got it. All
right. So Mo, thanks a lot for this. All the best. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. All the best. We'll be in touch. Thank you, and tell your wife also, and give a big hug to your kids and all that. And the Rock's still waiting. I got all these Terramana to give you. You never give me your address or anything. Come on, Mo.
I'll send that to you now, Joe.
All right. Happy.
Thank you. Y'all have a
good
to
see you, Mo. Awesome to see you, man. You're looking good, man.
All right. We're also joined by Justin Levine. You can see in the background, he's the lady hockey expert here. First of all, we're going to break some news, Justin. I don't know, Joe, I don't know if you know this, but the government of Canada is forcing the National Hockey League Canadian division to play in America. Yes, it's going to be a Canadian division on all Canadian division, but playing in America. What's up with that, Justin?
Yeah, as it sounds from Canada Public Health Agency, it does in fact sound as if they will force the Canadian division into the United States. It sounds like that deal will become complete tonight rather than tomorrow. In that case, the question is, will the Canadian division actually stick? There are rumors that it might actually not stick and that it just goes back to NHL's normal. But in the US, question is, on such short notice, where do you find a home for them? So that's the only question that might have to take some time to get answered. But it sounds like, again, it will come down tonight that it will not be in Canada, despite the fact the World Juniors are having players come from all over to play in Edmonton starting next week.
Joe, you want to ask him anything?
I mean, I'm surprised by that, but it sounds okay. So, I mean, they had the bubbles for the for the NHL playoffs, and that worked really well. Like it was, they did a great job, bang up job with that. Nobody, there's no zero cases of COVID. So why wouldn't they try something like that again? I mean, obviously, if the games are going to be all in the U.S., they'd pretty much have to bubble the Canadian teams anyway, wouldn't they? I mean, I just can't understand that.
I would imagine that they would have to do that, and again, the question would be where. But again, if they can pull off the World Juniors with kids coming from all over, and again, it's a 2-week tournament. If they can pull it off with no major issues, why wouldn't you again do it in Edmonton, where it's been proven to work? Toronto, I'd love to say yes to, but the cases here are pretty bad. But again, just a lot of questions. But they'd have to be bubbled regardless, is what I'm thinking.
And one would assume that probably they'd have to be in close proximity to one another, since they would all be in the same division that way. So you wouldn't have one, like say all the way in like East Coast, one all in the West Coast, because they're going to be playing a schedule that's probably going to require them to play more games against each other than anyone else.
They'll probably scrap the Canadian division. If that's the case, I'm sure they'll scrap the Canadian division because it just doesn't make sense.
So another alignment you're talking.
Right. I think if they probably keep this divisions they got now, they probably just go with those. If they're going to all play in the States and all play out of the States, I mean, the Raptors found a home in Tampa, so there's no reason to think that, all the Canadian teams couldn't find a home somewhere.
Yeah, so they're probably going to drop.
There's arenas everywhere. I mean, there's arenas in Cleveland. There's arenas, there's arenas everywhere in the States.
We're all Canadian except for Scott, and I gotta go with the World Junior Hockey Tournament. How big is it? And you're in New York, and Scott, you're in New York. How big is the World Junior Hockey Tournament in New York or in the States?
I'll respond to that with sarcasm. What's the World Junior Hockey Tournament?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly.
It's
only a big deal here because TSN made it a big deal many years ago.
Hockey is so it's disappointing, but hockey is so much bigger in Canada than here is in the United States. This is the arguably fourth, possibly fifth biggest sport here now. Soccer may have overtaken it. We're not totally sure.
Even when they were winning, Scott?
Oh yeah. I mean, here's the thing. In this area, the Devils have been in the last 30 years the best team of the bunch, and how the last few years have been. Kez doesn't say much on that. That's a conversation for later. Mm-hmm. But in this case here, and I'm going to be U.S. on this, the U.S. as a general rule does not really care much about sports it didn't personally invent. Our three biggest sports are football, basketball, and baseball. Outside of that, three world-renowned sports.
And two of them were invented by Canadians.
True.
Just saying.
Arguably, we can make the argument the three biggest sports in the world, soccer, hockey, and the Olympics, really fall down here at 5, 6, and 7. But in the rest of the world, they're huge. So I think it's just how we kind of roll with it here. In this area specifically, there are 9 sports teams between New York and New Jersey, not counting anything in Buffalo. So hockey falls under the wayside with the Knicks, the Nets, the Giants, the Jets, the Yankees, and the Mets. And then, by the way, there's hockey. So it's disappointing from a hockey standpoint to see a good product on the ice, to see a group of guys that are playing their heart out and fall to lower than less coverage, even when they're in the playoffs, to a Knicks team that's like 17 and like 61, So it's a disappointing thing that's always been this way. And it's just, it is what it is. Let's put it that way.
All right, so I'll go around the horn. Justin, you'll start us off. World Junior Hockey, sorry, Scott. The World Junior Hockey Final. Who is it?
Good question. I actually spoke with Craig Button, and what he predicted, I might actually have to agree with him on, and I think that's going to be Canada and Russia.
Oh, that should be good. All right, Kanai, I know you don't follow, or you follow the World Juniors, but give me your final prediction.
Well, I actually used to cover the World Juniors at Post Media every year. I would sit there at the desk and watch all the games. But I have to say that, I have to go with the hometown team. Although Canada was a little bit disappointing the last couple of years, I still got to go with them. And I got to go with the classic powerhouse, the Russians.
All right, Joe.
Well, you know what? I'm going to go Canada because, they always have a strong team. Russia will be good too. Sweden, though, they've been so close the last number of years, and they've kind of blown up in the middle round. But I think this time they'll be there. They'll play Canada for gold, and Canada will beat them.
All right, let's get Captain Canada, Drew Ebanks. I know Captain Canada is called for basketball, but come on.
What else is my answer? Canada.
Against who? Against who, Drew?
We don't accept losing in hockey, and if we do, it happens once in a while. America, USA usually pulls off that upset. I think Sweden is always a team that's in the mix. They're always close. So look for Canada to get it done in Canada, in Edmonton. Let's do it, baby.
Hey, yeah. All right, Jess, go ahead.
I actually, I don't follow, but you know what? I'm going to go for Canada as well, and let's hope they bring home gold, right? So.
All right, and Justin is one of the key guys. He deals with ladies hockey. So we have a Toronto team, ladies Toronto team, actually not playing in Toronto this year. Okay, let's call it facts. The Toronto Six. How many guys know that Toronto has a ladies hockey team? Can I? Did you know that?
I heard something. I heard very faintly. It's not like they've been
you also
bombarding
heard
the
Brock
press.
Lesnar's coming back. Come on. All right, good. Drew.
Yes, I have heard about it. Yeah, I don't know.
What's their name?
You just said it. The Toronto Six. No.
Okay, you're paying attention. You don't fall asleep. All right, Joe. How do you think Toronto Six gonna do? They got a fabulous coach. Me and Justin know her personally. Digit Murphy. She is the lady version of Don Cherry. Agree, Justin?
Yeah, I think it's pretty close.
Okay, Joe, go ahead.
Well, I don't know if that's a I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I mean, when it comes to being a coach, but is it the NWHL? Is that is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, they got a shot there. I mean, Montreal's always got a strong team. So does Calgary. Usually has a strong team too. So, but Toronto should be in the mix.
All right.
What's that?
So those are both powerhouse teams. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go around the horn here. Hockey, hopefully, will start in a month's time. Okay, first I'll start off with Justin. He loves? Listen to this. He loves the Habs. All right, everybody hates him. He loves the Habs. Okay, how do you think that Montreal is going to do, and how do you think the Maple Leafs going to do, Justin?
If you take out the Canadian division thing, I think Montreal doesn't end as highly as they would if it weren't for the Canadian division. So I hate to say that, but I think that's just reality at this point that I have to somehow accept. And then the Leafs, I don't know. They've seemed the last couple of seasons to keep rising. So I could see them doing fairly well. And with some new faces like Wayne Simmons, just to add some extra depth, they could end up doing pretty well.
All right, Joe.
Oh, they're gonna be tougher. No question about it. They got tougher. Bogosian and Simmons and and Thornton. They're gonna be a grittier team. They're gonna be a tough team. The Leafs will have a very strong year. It'll all depend on Freddie Anderson, right? Freddie Anderson has a bounce back year because last year he had an off year. But if Freddie Anderson has a year like he had the two previous years, then the Leafs will be in great shape and they go a very long way.
I'm going to ask Scott all the New York teams. But before I say about the New York teams, let's give a special shout out to Hendrik Lundqvist. All right. I don't know if Scott, do you want to tell everybody, in case you haven't heard, what went through today, Hendrik Lundqvist?
It's disappointing. I mean, the injury he's out for, I think, is it the entire year, Justin?
Yes.
I thought, I mean, I was interested. I mean, to see what was going to happen, because growing up a Devils fan like I have, seeing Marty go to St. Louis, this I saw is the very same thing here, where you have a franchise future Hall of Fame, goalie going to a different team. The worst part is Lundqvist was staying in division, so he was going to be facing the Rangers. Devils never had to deal with playing against Marty, but Lundqvist is one of those genuine good guys. Spotless record off the ice, just a nice, likable guy. And somebody you don't want to see this kind of thing happen to, and it doesn't really matter if you're for the Rangers, against the Rangers. I mean, the Devil Ranger rivalry has gone on for a long time. If he had to go through this while still with the Rangers, all of us would be feeling for the guy, because he's just a likable dude. And that's what I think is the hardest part for this.
All right. Jess, you want to talk anything about NHL? I know her team is the Vancouver Canucks. She's from Vancouver Canucks. Joe, any good comments about the Vancouver Canucks or Vancouver in general?
Well, yeah, they got a good young team, really good young team. Pedersen, Besser. I mean, that's a really good, fun team. Yeah.
Yeah, they're always fun to watch. It's nice, but lately, I've been just not watching hockey. Like, I mean, it's a new team, they're all youngsters, and I think they've just signed like Justin Bailey as well to a 2-way contract. So, love my team. Always going to rep Vancouver Canucks, even though I'm in Toronto now. But Vancouver is,
And hold on, let's talk about Vancouver. The controversy about their logo. Justin, do you want to touch on that one?
Yeah, I can touch a little bit on that one. So, just like, team names in different sports have become an issue, like Cleveland and Washington in baseball and football, respectively. There was some talk recently that the Canucks logo has been deemed as offensive to certain indigenous communities. One of their chiefs recently spoke with CTV and said he wasn't offended, but there's still this notion that somehow it's offending. But honestly, I failed to see it myself how that's the case. So it's just something I found to be really, weird. And I feel like because of the time we're in, I feel like everyone's becoming very picky over everything. And I don't think that's exactly fair. And, having to, basically force an NHL team to have to change that just because everyone's all of a sudden hypersensitive about, all these names and logos I think this one's taking it a little too far. You look at the Canucks logo, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah, like they've had their logos since like 1970, and all of a sudden 2020, we're gonna like pinpoint on little things. No, I don't. I agree with you. Like, it's just ridiculous.
I think the people
at home right now, right? Sorry, Scott, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Finish. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I think like everyone's at home right now, and you're right. Like everyone's literally pinpointing little things. Everyone's going crazy, but so sorry. Go ahead, Scott. What were you gonna say?
All I was gonna say is that I think it has become a Twitter ego society, where people are looking for that 15 milliseconds of fame to talk about how they got offended because of the fact that it suddenly gets them relevant. I mean, in this area, I mean, a Devils fan, like I said, give it time. I mean, there's the Jersey legend of the Jersey Devils. Eventually, they're going to have to change that name. I can already see it happening. But I think in their society, we've become so hypersensitive because some people use it as a way to promote themselves, to show how progressive they are. And I think that's where a lot of this is coming from, where the whole, all right, fine, whatever, let it go is no longer a thing. And everybody is just so angry at something. Because if you're not angry and offended about something, you're not with the program.
Right. What would you change the logo to?
What I said? Hey, it's progressive. I think for starters, we got to learn to let things go. I think our society is so strong in holding on to anger, especially in this area down here in the States. We hold on to anger like it's a badge of honor, like it's something to be proud of, and I think that's part of the problem, where we have all of this stuff. In the United States, this is interesting. The life expectancy in the United States has actually dropped over the last 5 years. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that people have this pit of anger and hostility and hate. And I'm sure you guys would agree with me. A lot of that burns a hole in your stomach and makes you sick. So honestly, take the stick out of your hole, and just do things go, man. I mean, like I said, we had like 10 to 12 inches today. There was a guy parked right up against my driveway today. You know, left it out overnight. The plows came through. He was an idiot. He made it harder. But you know what? We'll get around it. You know, all of 2020, the motto has been, we will survive. We will persevere. That's the whole attitude. I think just people have to realize that we'll get through all this, you know. Let's put it this way. To be the winning sperm is a 1 in 250 million chance. You are more likely.
Are you going to test that? How do you know that?
The statistic ones. It's one. Look it up. It's 1.25 trillion.
All right, this comes. I'm going to say this. Hold on. This guy, I don't know if you know this, but Scott is a body double. All right, this comes from a body double. All right, so that's all I'm saying. Okay.
Like TV shows and movies and such, but like I said, I mean, you were born a literal lottery winner. What you do with your life is up to you at that point. And I think, like I said, too many people are being beaten down by life and choosing to be angry over it because of some misgiving, especially here in the States. My God, you know, you vote for the wrong person. I voted for a third-party candidate, a female for president. I got trashed. I mean, I took pictures of some of the stuff that I got. I cannot say it here because Lord knows how much trouble I get into if I've read these things verbatim. But it's like, dude, let it go. No hate, you know. You guys got it right. You guys, Canadians, got it so much smarter.
Drew lets it go all the time. He watches that show, you know, Let It Go, the song. Drew plays that song every day, right, Drew? Come on. From Frozen, Let It Go. All right, Drew, let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you, I know we got Justin here, but I forgot to ask you about what your thoughts, how the Tampa Raptors going to do. How are the Tampa Raptors going to do? And are you going to miss them not playing in Toronto?
Oh, of course, we're going to miss them playing in Toronto. The good thing that you're hearing, though, is that they're going to be able to allow fans in the arena there. So that's amazing. You know, that's going to be a great opportunity, especially when you look at people who are from Canada that are down in Florida, the Snowbirds. That's going to be incredible. I really think that the Toronto Raptors are a team that, the usual, we know how it is, guys. We get overlooked every year. When you look at what they lost, yeah, they lost Gasol. They did lose, of course, Serge. I think that was a gamble the Raptors took, thinking they would get, or not get necessarily, but have a shot at Giannis. Unfortunately, Giannis re-signed with Milwaukee. But when you look at this team, really the basis of the team, the kind of the heart of the team is still there. Of course, Kyle Lowry's there. He's a guy who will not ever give up in a game or in a season or whatnot. You got Freddie coming off a big contract. You hope when guys get contracts, they're going to continue to be hungry and continue to play. I don't think we have to worry about that with Steady Freddie. I think he's always going to be a guy that's going to want to prove himself. You look at Aaron Baines. Don't think that's much of a drop-off. You know, obviously, I think Gasol is a big body inside, but Aaron Baines is maybe a little more mobile, can shoot a little bit of the three as well. You look at Pascal. Can he bounce back from a subpar bubble where something was off with him? We're still trying to figure that out. But before the bubble, guys, he was averaging 23 and like 6 or 7 boards a game. The X factor, OG Anunoby, that nobody in the NBA is ready to see what he's going to do this year. OG Anunoby is ready.
He's got to stay healthy. He's got to stay healthy.
He's got to stay healthy, but he wants that bag. And you look at what they have the depth. Chris Boucher is going to have a breakout year. MVP of the G League as well, the D League, as well as Defensive Player of the Year. You look at Norman Powell, you look at Terrence. If he sticks around, you know, all the legal troubles, we hope, you know, he can get through that. Not good what he did. He's going to have to make a tone for that, you know, atone for all those misdeeds there. But also look at who they picked up. DeAndre Bremby is a guy who people may not know. He's going to be like a guy that can do it all. Matt Thomas can shoot the lights out. And the guy that people are going to be impressed with. Malachi Flynn, the first round draft pick, was essentially, from what I've been reading and, you know, my intelligence, was essentially the best PG in the country last year. So look out for him. I think the Raptors are going to finish between top 4, could be a little higher. We'll see how it goes if they can stay healthy. So I'm really high on the team. I know we're from Toronto, we're homers, but you know what? We've seen what they've built with this organization, and it's not about 1 year. It's not about one player. If they can play team game and play that defense that we've seen, they're going to cause a lot of problems in the East.
All right. So Scott, you have a question. Some people have to go here and I got to introduce the new people, but go ahead, Scott, with your question.
Question for Drew in this case. With the team now in Tampa, is there any concern for you guys up in Toronto that if it does well down there and it develops a fan base, that you might be in danger of losing the team?
No, not a chance. No chance whatsoever. I mean, Scott, you saw Jurassic Park when the Raptors are away, home. 20,000, 30, we've been there, 30,000 people. The infrastructure is here, you know, the new practice facility, the growth of Canadian basketball. Drake would never let that happen. He would come down to Tampa and personally fly his private jet.
Hold on, Drew. Who's this Drake dude that you're talking about?
Well, he's only the biggest rap star in the world, probably biggest entertainer. But yeah, Drake would fly that plane down there himself to go pick the Raptors back. I would say, hell no, you coming right back here. No, we love the team, Scott. We had the champion, man. We're still feeling good. Even though we don't get the respect, we're still feeling like we were champs, man. I know you had something else to add.
I was going to say, I just didn't know if you were concerned about a repeat of what happened to the Expos all those years ago.
Oh God, no.
No way. No way. Raptors are here to stay. It's been a 25 years. You look at Vince Carter, what he did and set for Toronto. You look at Steve Nash and what he did for Canadian basketball. And I pointed this out on a Tilly show today, Joe right there with us. In the last 3-4 months, guys, the influx and the proliferation of private basketball facilities. You know, one of them I've worked with closely is the Playground. They've got 3 or 4 brand new facilities throughout Ontario, mostly in the GTA, and others that are being built right now. There's probably about 10 to 15 that are going to be done. If you thought that Canada was good in basketball up until this point, you watch. And I'm telling you right now, you watch. We'll have over 40 players in the NBA, but within 5 years, maybe more. And the talent level is going to continue to rise.
All right. So hold on. I got the ladies here. And quickly, I know Jess has waited for Sam on here for like 20 minutes. All right. It's about time. It's about time. I know we got guys here and we got hockey, basketball, MMA. We're going to talk about it and all that. But the ladies, Jess and Sam, want to talk, bring the lavish lifestyle entertainment world to this sports cast here. So go ahead, Sam, my co-host here on Lavish, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Barnburner TV Network, ZINGOTV, Channel 250. That's how you cut a promo, Joe. All right, go ahead.
Oh my goodness. Hi, everyone. I was watching the whole episode. I seen kids come on. I seen cartwheels going on in the back. I seen so many different things. And Joe Tilly, I know you haven't met me, but oh my goodness, has anyone ever told you that you look like Liam Neeson? Do you know who that is from Taken?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness, I was like,
so does. No, you know how I used to get years ago. I used to get Wayne Gretzky. Then I got.
Hold on, you look like Wayne Gretzky.
Then I got.
Great one.
Daniel Craig for a little while. And then, yeah.
Oh my goodness, I was on here and I was like,
Hard being Joe Tilly.
It's the guy from Taken. I was like, oh my goodness. I was just on here like.
Talked about Drake. What about Joe Tilly? Come on.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But yes, I'm so glad to be here and so glad to see everybody. Within the news today, I mean, there's a couple of things going around. Have you guys heard of the new Toronto student who basically got accepted into Harvard? Have you guys heard about that yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead. Let everybody know.
Yeah, so basically a Toronto high school student named Azim Rahim basically got selected for a volleyball team at Harvard University. And it's like blowing up in the media. It was on the news. Everyone's talking about it because, you know, like, I feel like not a lot of people, and he's in my neighborhood too. So I'm like, maybe we should get him to come on the show. Should I send the Zoom link and be like, hey, like, join us? But you know, like this is just a big thing that's going on. Jess, I don't know if you know anything about that. Have you heard about that at all?
I actually saw it on social media as well. You know,
You saw it? Okay.
You know, I just feel so happy. You know, people like, not people, but like kids like him are getting recognized now, and it really encourages other students out there to try harder and keep going. And I'm actually excited to kind of follow his journey.
Right. I feel like, especially within the sports world right now too, a lot of like the teams with the pandemic going on, like, I'm like, how are they, you know, facing and going to competitions? Like, is there extra, like, you know, steps they have to take? And, you know, I just feel like it's been hard. So for to see somebody like that and their dreams coming true in the middle of a pandemic, you know, I know we have a vaccine now, but woo, like, you know, everything's just going on.
Vaccine, I didn't know about that.
Hold on, Captain Canada, Drew Ebanks told me he has to go and eat dinner because he's been on here all this. Drew. What do you have for dinner, you old guy?
I already ate. I had a very nutritious freshy bowl, bamboo bowl with chicken.
By the way, hold on, Jess. I'm gonna
healthy now.
I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to say Drew has texted me. All right. Drew has texted me his New Year's resolution. He has called me up 75 times in the last day and a half. Drew, I'm putting you on the spot.
You believe that?
I know 75 times. He wants to get married. He wants to have not one, not two, not three, like Mo Pete, team up with Mo T for 7 kids in 2021. Anybody here, Joe? Anybody here?
Joe.
On Drew's number.
Sorry, I can't help you out.
Joe's got his. You got ladies on here, but you call Joe. Come on, don't disrespect Joe.
Maybe he loves.
Have 7 kids in 2021. That means you have to have them all at the same time. That's a big job. So
I
don't think I'd wish that on anybody.
I will settle for 1 at this time.
No, increase the 24-second clock for that.
Joe, he's nuts. Don't listen to Joe. And the way he calls Joe, I'm like, I don't understand that. There's ladies here, but you call him Joe.
Joe has the best name. Liam Neeson. Joe has the best name. Come on. All right, Drew, I know you got to go, but any final comments to the table here?
Yeah, no, fantastic.
It's great to see. I just want to say, great to see you guys have an awesome holiday. You know, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you're celebrating. I agree wholeheartedly with Drew that the Raptors are going to be a team to contend with. Chris Boucher is just he's gotten better. And remember, the kid didn't start playing basketball until he's like 16, 17. I mean, you know, the kid's he's just growing by leaps and bounds. Will continue to do so. Again, OG and it'll be another wild card there, and of course Malachi Flynn. You know, it's a good young team, it's a strong team, and they're going to go all the way to the final. So there you go.
And Joe, anyway, don't forget the Bills make me want to show.
Take care, Joe.
Take care.
They do. The Bills. Go Bills. Go Bills. They're tough against the Chiefs, but go Bills. All right, bye guys.
Thanks a lot, Joe.
Take care, Joe.
Go ahead, Drew. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, fantastic to be here with you guys. Love you guys. I think a lot of you are getting into this broadcast field. What an opportunity it is right now. I think we also have to look at COVID and how it's shaped the way people do broadcasting now and media. So I think you guys coming on here and being a part of Barn Burner is you're way ahead of the ball game. You'll be ready once we can get back in the arenas. It'll be easy for you guys. So amazing to work with you, Scott, to talk to you. Everybody here, Kanai, is it Arabi? I'm seeing Arabi and
she was the newest
Stephanie.
Producer. Hold on.
Welcome.
On the team there. And Scott, she's from New York, like you guys. So I had to bring somebody from the States also, right?
It's Arabi.
Nice to meet you.
Same people, I guarantee it.
There you go. Well, I'd say welcome to you guys and Jessica as well, and Samantha. You guys keep it going. I think 2021 is going to be huge for the H.E.R network and Barn Burner. Look out, Joe. I got news. We got the print, so we'll have a few pieces of Barn Burner merch starting.
I don't have one. Joe, you gotta send it this Christmas. Woo!
All right.
So we're starting it out, and we're gonna get more. Oh, you got something there. I didn't do that. Who did? Oh, that was from the original. That was from way back. All right. Well, we're gonna lace it, and keep going, man. Barn Burner for life. Let's do it.
Drew, question for you before you leave.
Yeah.
I know, like, we're talking about the Raptors, but like in terms of like Giannis's deal, what does Giannis what does the deal mean for the NBA?
Well, I think it's big. You know why, Jess? It's big because small market teams and teams like Toronto that are in Canada that have a different tax structure, and American players, they understand there's a difference. They're not playing in Florida with no state income tax. As disappointed as I am, and obviously it was a long shot even to get Giannis, I am happy because it shows that if a team and an organization treats their superstars or forget James Harden, put that aside. He's got other issues, what he likes to do. But if they do it the right way and you have the right type of athlete that sees beyond the bright lights in the big city, you see what they're building, the new arena in Milwaukee, the downtown core around the arena. I mean, what Giannis is going to bring, that $228 million, most of it guaranteed, not all of it, depending on where he reaches milestones. Can you imagine the impact financially he is going to have on that greater Milwaukee and the Wisconsin area? You remember when LeBron went back to Cleveland, they said he was worth about, I think it was $3 to 4 billion to their economy of the state of Ohio. And so you look at what Giannis being there and then attracting other free agents, hopefully, it shows a lot for the NBA, and it's incredible because a small market, I don't know what size Milwaukee is as far as TV markets in the States, probably in the 20s. To keep a guy like that in his prime, incredible.
All right, Drew, I know you got to go, so thanks a lot for that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime, Jess, anytime. We'll be starting up the On Point show in January, so we'll hope any of you guys who ever want to come on and talk some hoops, definitely we want to have you guys on.
All right, Drew.
All right.
By the way, Kenai has texted me, wants to know how your Achilles doing. So tell everybody.
It's doing pretty good. Can I get up? I can show you that I'm actually walking. I'm walking. There's
All
my
right.
foot right there. I'm on my feet
All
again.
right.
Yeah, God is great. Fantastic. Shout out my trainer, Joel Kerr, the Health Institute in Scarborough. If you ever need anybody, he's on all the lists. BlogTO, Toronto Star, one of the best places. Not only if you're injured, even if you're healthy and a healthy athlete, go there and he can.
Where's he from again? Where's he from? Sam wants to hear this. Where's he from?
Scarborough, the borough. The borough. Yep. God is great. I just, I say I was at a low point, when it happened. It's more mentally than anything, guys, when you get an injury where you can't move around and you're not mobile. But I think a lot of things got me through it, including the NBA playoffs in the bubble. So thank God for the NBA.
All right. And hopefully have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hopefully 2021 gets you a baby. All right. Or 7. All right.
Happy holidays, everybody. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Thanks, Drew.
Bye, Drew.
All right. Sam,
rest of the show.
here, I'm gonna go to Kenai, but Sam, any other question or any other topic from Lavish that you want to talk about before we get to the MMA world with Stephanie and Kenai there?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like the other thing that's floating around in the media that's going viral is Tom Cruise. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are a fan of his movies or watch some of his stuff, but basically there's this clip that's going around where he was shouting at all the crew members and stuff saying like, I have like the recordings here. I'll probably read it after a bit, but he was basically threatening to fire everyone because they weren't following COVID precautions. And he's like, this is why people are losing their job. This is not putting food on the table for some of the people. They're losing their homes. And I kind of just wanted to get your opinions on that. I mean, like, I know COVID precautions are so like important for us to be following and stuff like that. But I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard to kind of like, make sure they're always in place, especially if you're on set and doing a film, you know what I mean? Or, doing a studio or something. But like, do you think this is extreme?
I'll ask that question to Arabi King, the new producer here out of New York. She's a production assistant on her other job there. Do you want to answer that question from Sam, and then we'll go to Scott?
I'm so sorry. I got a little distracted. What was your question?
Go ahead.
That's okay. I was just saying with everything.
Can I answer Sam's question actually?
Do you want to answer first?
Yeah. So in terms of, what's his his name? Oh my God, what's the name again?
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think, you know what, it was a good job. Like, I think it's the right thing to do, because if they're not following the rules, like, you know, it comes down to them not, you know, working and whatnot. So I think it's a good thing that he yelled at his employees and the crew that, you know, follow the rules and go from there. So I think yeah, it was a good job. Like on his, like, I think it was good. So
All right, and I know Jess got to go, so thanks, Jess, for being.
yes, Joe.
And hopefully we'll have big.
Hi, Jess.
Thanks,
Thank you
Jess.
guys. Thanks so much for having me on, Joe. I had an amazing time and meeting everybody here. I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and my show is on Wednesdays. Jess says at 7:30, and yeah.
And this Wednesday you're going to be on another show. Sam is smiling about it, but you know the co-host is also happy with it. Go ahead, tell everybody about it.
Yeah, so I will be joining Sam this Wednesday, and then for Lavish, we'll talk about entertainment.
Hold on, it's Sam and who? I'm going to be once again.
Joe.
Another one, Joe. Another host. So Joe, Sam, and I will be hosting Lavish, and I'm excited to join.
And our producer's right here. Come on, Miss King. So go ahead. Is our producer for Lavish, by the way. But go ahead.
Yeah, I actually worked the show with you.
Yeah, I think you did my show.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. And my roommate walked in and like he sat down. He's like,
Oh, really? No, I'm like, who is? Because usually it was Teresa, right? And then I'm like, who is?
Yeah,
Arabian.
I also did. I forgot. How do you say your name? Kenai.
Kenai.
I was on your show too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I was on Sam's show. I haven't met Stephanie though.
Oh well. Well, there's a first time for everything.
Welcome
so
aboard.
Stephanie, new producer, hey.
All right, so thanks a lot, Jess. Now I know Stephanie's all the way. Listen to this in Newfoundland. All right.
Oh God.
So it's about midnight. Midnight. She stayed up to talk about the MMA world, women's mixed martial arts, the UFC, and everything like that. All right. So Kenai is the authority here. Well, one of the authorities on mixed martial arts, UFC. You get the first question of Stephanie. Go ahead.
Well, you know, Steph, first of all, congratulations on the work that you're doing with Cassie and the Wiseman Report. I watch it every week, and you guys are bringing on some great interviews there. You had a nice interview.
Hold on. We got some breaking news about the Wiseman Report that Stephanie is going to break right now. So, Steph, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So we're actually going to change the name of the Wiseman Report to the Champions Corner with Cass and Steph.
Okay, wow.
Hold on. She made incorrect with Steph and Cass. Sorry. Steph is here, so it's Steph and Cass. Next week will be Cass and Steph. Sorry.
Oh, Joe.
Okay, Champions Corner. Very nice. Nice ring to it. You can see Joe has the merchandise ready to go already. Okay. But yeah, great work with the show. You know, I saw the interview with Linda from Invicta on the last show. And I was just wondering about your thoughts for this week's show, because the UFC has another one coming up. And I think there was a Canadian female fighter on the card, Jillian Robertson, who's going to be on the card. So any thoughts on what she can do?
I'm really excited to see what she can do. Yeah, I think it's always exciting to see a UFC fighter from Canada. I mean, we're pretty unrepresented, but we're getting there. We got a lot of great up-and-coming fighters, and I'm excited to see that bout for sure. But this week's Wiseman Report is actually centered around, I don't know if, actually, I think you might have shared it on your Facebook. There was a male coach who posted a story about how he won't roll with his female fighters. And I think this is a super important topic to discuss. So we actually have a guy who's gone viral with his retort to that. It was a male coach from Canada who's sort of speaking up on why he thinks his male coaches should respect, appreciate their female fighters the same as they do their male fighters, and how he rolls with them, treats them exactly the same. It's just as hard as on them as he is on the male students, and I think it was great to have a male jiu-jitsu coach speak up on that issue. So this week's Wiseman report is sort of centered around that because it's something that we feel passionately about.
All right, before can I ask another question? I'll be remiss if I don't say a belated happy birthday to Steph. Steph, it was her birthday on Monday. So because who has the best voice here? Scott. Scott it has the best voice. So I'm picking out Scott, all right? Come on. So, you know what I want you to do, Scott, all right? So it's belated happy birthday. So sing the happy birthday song to Stephanie, who has another announcement.
No, wait. I have a request. You have to do it in a voice other than your own.
Ooh. Like, are you talking about a voice other than his own, like with an accent or like a different tone? Like
whatever Scott can pull off. The most
All right.
impressive happy birthday.
Now, this is your birthday. What personality? Like evil, kind, bizarre, you know.
Evil.
Evil, yes. Happy birthday to you. Birthday to you.
So record this.
Happy birthday, dear Stephanie. Happy birthday to you.
That sounded like Drew Ebanks. Oh my gosh.
I think I just.
Bravo.
Yeah.
All right. So sorry, I had to. And Steph has another major announcement about another new show coming in 2021. Go ahead, Steph.
Yeah, so I've got a new show about kickboxing. It's called In the Ring with Steph and Cass. And that's going to be coming at the end of January.
That's the first and only kickboxing show on TV. The first and only TV kickboxing show. That's what we do here on the Barn Burner TV network, also the H.E.R network. I know, Sam, do you want to sing happy birthday?
Oh, I'm good. I feel like Scott did his job.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Wait,
come on. You got
I just know, but I have a question. I have a question about her show. Wait, so within the ring, with the whole kickboxing and stuff, are you going to be talking about like kickboxers, or like is there tips or self-defense? Like what's going on with that?
So like our first show is actually going to be with the coach of the national team, Zamil Nawaz. He's going to talk about how he sort of plays a huge role in kickboxing in Canada. So he's the coach of Wacko Canada. He's the founder of Cask. He has brought athletes all over the world. He coaches from the age of like 5 to 25. He has amateur, pro, MMA guys. So he has a huge wealth of knowledge. So we're sort of going to start there. Then we're going to have president of Wacko Worlds, which is Roy Baker, and he's going to sort of explain the sport of kickboxing, where kickboxing is going, kickboxing for females. So we have a ton of hot topics. It's mostly going to be focusing on the fighters, but also issues in kickboxing, how we can develop kickboxing further. But yeah, maybe we'll throw in a class for self-defense for your everyday sort of athlete.
Yeah,
I'm ready. I know it's
I got Drew Ebanks. He could be the dummy there. Okay, so like, all right. So I'm gonna go around the table here. Kanai, you'll first start us off. What do you want for Christmas?
What do I want for Christmas? Well, first of all, I think we should all get a big batch of chocolate chip cookies just for making it to the end of the year. I mean, holy cow! I mean, for everything that we've seen, we're still here, we're still reporting, and we're still telling stories. And I think, if I had it in me, I would definitely send out for some chocolate chip cookies. But what do I want? I just want a big fight. That's what I want.
All right, I'm the matchmaker here. All right, Stephanie up against you. Who wins?
Oh, well, that's really not a big fight. I mean, Stephanie is a world champion kickboxer, and I'm simply a writer, not a fighter, a hoster, not a coaster. So, yeah.
All right, Justin. I know I'm not going to say Christmas, but what did you get for Hanukkah?
Just money. That's it.
That's the best kind of present. Come on.
It'll do.
Arabi, did you get? What do you want for Christmas?
I want a camera lens. I want a backdrop. I want a Mercedes Benz. I have a list.
All right, you got, cause Scott, take care of you're in New York. She's in New York. Come on. Drive that Mercedes Benz to her house.
You don't need a Benz in New York. I'm just saying it's nice to like show off.
Okay, where are you gonna park that in Brooklyn? Like on what? On like Jewel Street or Java Street? One of those places over there? Where you Brooklyn?
So like I live at Franklin and Fulton, and there's like I'm right next to the A and the C and like the S, and there's like no parking. But I mean, I can probably like park around the corner or something. But they do frequent like sweeps and stuff. Like the sanitation truck came today, and they like salted all the roads and stuff. I didn't get to like I was supposed to have like an intense snowball fight with my friends. By the time I went outside, I was just like, it's all gone. There's no point.
I'll bring Scott over there, throw a snowball at him. All right, Scott, anything, what do you want for Christmas?
I don't know. I'm already, I'm younger today than I think I've ever been. And I think it's a pretty darn good gift. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I'm one of the worst people ever to shop for because, I got a roof over my head, a stomach full of food, a spouse that loves me. I mean, I got this. I've got so much more than I ever thought. I did get a message over here on the chat, a winning New York Giants football team. Fine, sold on that one.
That's never going to happen.
Never going to happen.
And Islanders. And
all right, Steph. I mean, Sam, and then Steph. Sam, what do you want for Christmas? I know what she wants. All right. So
what do I want, Joe?
Scott, you got to get her an aloe vera plant. She wants an aloe vera plant plus an autographed picture of me. But that's no problem. All right. And what do you want for Christmas? Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, so I was at Walmart the other day, and they're selling the mini aloe vera plants they're on sale for $9.99. So I was like, should I just buy myself my own gift and be like, to Sam from Sam? But that, and then I know Drake and Alicia Keys just came out with a new candle, which was really unexpected. So I was like, oh my goodness, like maybe should I just get myself like a candle, or what I mean?
Robbie, Drake and Alicia Keys, a candle. What do you think of that candle, Robbie?
I'm just like, what smell does Drake? What smell represents Drake? That's all I'm thinking.
They said they made it exactly in his
his scent.
Like frame. Yeah. So I guess it smells like Drake, and you're like, started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom.
Drake in my house. I'd rather have Alicia Keys smell my.
You rather have Alicia Keys?
Honestly, she looks like she smells like daisies. I don't know, something like that. I love her. I would have her smell in my house. I don't know what Drake smells like. That's just weird to me.
Steph, underneath the tree, I see a lot of presents already there underneath your tree there. But what do you want for Christmas?
Me?
Steph.
Well, my answer isn't as heartwarming as Scott's, but number one, I really want a new pair of Katie Taylor boxing gloves. And I'm going to be a little greedy. My second thing is that Kayla Harris's last fight, Kanai, got scratched, which is so sad. I really want to see her fight again because she was a beast in her last fight.
We got to get somebody in there. I mean, she's been only tweeting open challenges and no one's stepping up.
I want to see someone fight her.
All right. So Scott Church, and since everybody has Steph has announcements, go ahead, Scott. You have an important announcement. Can I listen to this? I know you're big, or Justin, you're a big New Jersey Devil fan. Go ahead.
I'm sure he is. There's that. Yeah. MSG Networks had contacted me a couple of days ago. I'm doing commercials again for the MSG Network. Plugging the Devils this season. So in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area, Pennsylvania, you're going to be seeing my dumb, ugly mug pretty much promoting the Devils the entire year. The Jumbotron, pre and post game, basically at any time, even during like Knicks games, Mets games, and the whole shebang. Anybody watching any of those games on the MSG Network is unfortunately going to have to see my dumb face. And
are you going to sing Happy Birthday?
They won't allow that probably because of legal part of that. Although I did hear that actually they've changed the rules on that legally. But no, there was no happy. The team is 38 years old, so it doesn't really fall into like an anniversary. It's kind of a weird number. But so I got the okay to talk about that. We recorded everything. We're going to find out exactly what point they're going to be able to start releasing those commercials. But I'm guessing probably in time for the NHL season. Yeah, you'll see it. So.
All right.
So
well done.
I know, Scott, you're going to go, but we're joined Scott, first of all, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you, your family, and all that. And do you know any Spanish here? Because we're joined in Vancouver by
Spanish.
Come on, Spanish or Portuguese? I gotta see. He knows a little Spanish. Come on, you know.
Well, Portuguese, I could say como vai instead of como está. You know.
See?
Portuguese.
Portuguese.
Yeah.
Portuguese.
Eu tô bem. Tudo bem.
No.
See? Portuguese.
Portuguese. That's Spanish.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Portuguese.
By the way, hi.
Hi.
I was gonna introduce you, but
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
all right. So
Yeah.
they're the king and queen of futsal, the first and only futsal show on TV, and they're born futsal. Scott, you're clapping. Did you play futsal?
I didn't, but actually, it's really cool that you're trendsetter that way. That's really awesome.
Is that a Canadian thing?
What's that?
Is futsal a Canadian thing or?
Oh, that's a very good question, Alvaro.
We can do an
show
episode
on
about that.
I-
We're
I-
trying. We're pushing to
No
make
idea
this
what
a Canadian thing. No, it is
Yeah.
not.
So futsal is a faster, more technical version of indoor soccer, and it's played in countries like Brazil, Venezuela, Argentina, and then it's a huge pro thing in Spain and Portugal. And in Canada, it's you probably haven't heard of it, and that's very typical. It's just because it's not well known. And actually, the big provinces that play futsal, though, and they play it well, are Quebec and Ontario. We're in BC, and it's very fragmented.
Where's that?
BC is Vancouver.
BC.
Vancouver
I'm in New York, so I
Oh,
know.
sweet. Okay, Canada. Yeah, British Columbia.
Yeah.
So actually, New York City has this amazing outdoor futsal league that's going on right now. It's been super cool. They've actually been playing all through COVID. It's been really cool.
Surprising.
Yeah.
All right, so Scott, I think Scott, you gotta go, or
Bail, but thank you as always.
all right, thanks a lot. And
Scott.
Justin, you want to stay, or you gotta go? Also?
Merry Christmas, Ramadonica to all you guys.
Happy holidays, Scott.
Yeah.
Justin, sorry.
I can head off.
All right. So Justin, happy holidays, all the best. You guys are going to check out the World Junior Hockey Tournament. Justin will be all over it and everything like that. So Justin, thanks a lot, and best wishes to you and your family there also.
Thank you. Happy New Year to all you guys. Whether you're celebrating Christmas, Hanukkah, or whatever, Happy New Year. Stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll be following all your work in the new year.
Thanks, Justin.
Happy
holidays.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
I forgot to mention, we're joined by the one and only who's producing this show. He's in the dentist chair. Look at it. It's not in the dentist chair. All right. Eduardo Harari. Eduardo, how are you?
I'm doing great, Joe. Just peachy listening to you.
Yeah, peachy. Of course you're peachy. All right. So let's get Kanai, you're a big soccer fan. You know anything about futsal, Kanai?
I didn't actually. I played indoor soccer, but that's really the first I've really heard of it here in Canada. So I'm going to be tuning into that show definitely to.
Wait a minute, you're not tuned in already on Sunday at 1:30, 10:30 Pacific time? That's how you kind of promo. Kanai, come on. All right.
Well, I'm preparing for my show, and I'm watching all the other shows, Joe. Come on now.
All right. So, guys, let me ask you this. For people who are watching around the world here on the Barn Burner TV network, also the H.E.R network, ZINGOTV channel 250, 251, tell everybody about futsal.
Oh, you can go, Alvaro. I answer it all the time.
I'm trying to get my words here, but after you talk to him that way, you can speak in Spanish with me. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I'm gonna fight. Okay. Hi, Thanos. Hi, Eduardo. How are you?
Awesome, man.
He wants you to speak in Spanish. Habla en
¿Cómo
español.
estás? ¿Cómo está, mi querido amigo?
No.
So let's go back here. Let's keep the focus here. So futsal. We play futsal 5-a-side game, including goalies. Is a fast pace, as Andrew said. We play indoor or outdoor. Outdoor in Brazil, it's very easy to play. Here in Canada, probably we need to play indoors because of the weather. We play under the FIFA's rule, which is the most important rules and the most important game for us. The rules are different out there, which makes the game a little bit hard to implement in each other country, but the game is similar to soccer. So if you play soccer or indoor soccer, you can understand futsal. Futsal, just to make a difference between indoor and futsal, you take the walls and you play five-a-side. Of course, the tactics is going to be different, but basically the other rules are going to be the same. No offsides, no throw-ins, kick-ins instead of throw-ins, and all that. So yeah,
the size of the ball is the same and everything?
I can't compare with indoor because, okay, I saw one like a tennis ball like this, a big tennis ball. That's for me, that's an indoor ball. But an adult futsal ball is similar to a size 4 soccer. This is a U11 ball.
All right. And the nets are the same or they're smaller?
2 by 3 meters.
Okay. I think I've actually played futsal then.
To be honest,
Sam,
no, I have a question. I have a question.
Sorry.
Oh, no. Should I raise my hand? Go.
I don't know.
Sam, ask your question in Spanish. Ask your question in Spanish, Sam.
No, he's a PE teacher.
So if you put your hand there, either you were leaving, either you have a question, or okay, go on.
Okay, so I know you guys were talking about futsal going on in New York and stuff like that. So with COVID precautions and everything, do the people have to wear a mask? Are people allowed to tend to watch the games if there's things going on like that?
What are we talking now? Pro?
Yeah. Like anywhere, like just like for everything?
I can tell you that the pro side of that is happening, like pretty much all the other games like basketball, hockey, they're happening. Like in Brazil right now, we are going to have the second leg of the final league game, and they are playing without masks, no masks at all. But of course,
people are allowed to come in, like on the like.
No. Players and staff coaches are in the gym.
Oh, okay.
So yes, but when you are actually playing, you are playing without a mask.
Okay. Okay, cool.
So I'm gonna ask Vero a question here. It's not futsal, but the world's still talking about Maradona passing away. We talk about futsal, we talk about soccer, but when you talk about a legend worldwide, not Wayne Gretzky, many people they know him worldwide, but he's mainly known more in Canada, right? But Maradona's known all over the world. Okay, your thoughts about Maradona?
Maradona for me is one of the best ever players in a world, period. It doesn't matter what's happening outside the field. On the field, he could do everything he wants on the ball, on and off the ball, with his whole body, especially
his arm.
Yeah. But Maradona, many players, he was the one, the best player ever. I think it's hard to compare because when Maradona played, the time he played is different than Pelé, is different than Fred and Reich before Pelé, is different than Cruyff, or similar but different, still different. So it's like different than Messi or Ronaldo, whatever. We're not going to go deep in that, but he was one of those players that for sure is going to be remembered as one of the best players in the world, period.
And if he was your favorite player, then who's your favorite team? I guess, like, I don't know if there's like a specific one. I'm like, do you guys both have different favorite teams or?
No,
let Andrea answer one question.
No, go for it.
Is it the same? Is it the same answer?
Totally
fine. He likes to throw alcohol in the fire, but let's go.
So there is only one team, Sam, in the world that is everyone's favorite. It's called Santos.
Santos.
Oh, really? Is it? I don't know about that.
Now you're bringing that conversation. Who was better, Pelé or Maradona? That's where we're heading to.
Oh my God. What's the other team then?
Sorry?
Who's Santos versus?
No, Pelé, because Pelé played for Santos.
No, it's not because Pelé played for Santos. Everyone played for Santos.
No, but okay, here, you bring up a good point with Pelé and Santos and all that. In your opinion, we'll go around the table here. In your opinion, Pelé or Maradona?
Mine?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Brazilian, but for me, Pelé shouldn't be compared with anyone else. We can compare Maradona with all the other guys, and he's going to be one of the best. Pelé for me is something else.
He's in another cloud.
Legend.
Completely.
I think every sport you're going to have that guy. Pelé is for soccer. There's There's no way.
Different level. Kanai, you're nodding your head. Do you agree?
Hands down, Pele. And anyone, it's Pele all day, all day.
All right, Sam, you don't want to touch this one, right, Sam?
No, I'm just listening to everybody's like statements here, and I'm just like, okay, like I'm gonna have to search these up after and be like, that's all.
Right,
Here we go, play.
Steph, you're in Newfoundland, and they are in Vancouver, right? Is Newfoundland, I would say, is it big for soccer?
No, I wouldn't say it has a huge soccer community, but I think it's really cool that you guys are like bringing to the forefront a sport that doesn't necessarily get tons of recognition in Canada. I was wondering if it's as big for females as it is for males in the countries in which it is developed, like Portugal.
That's a good question. That's a good
It's a
question.
good question.
Go?
No, you go.
Okay.
Yeah, you go.
So it's a women's question. So
No, it's fine. If you can answer,
it's a woman's question.
We talk about this all. We talk about this all the
no, we
time.
had an episode with women's in soccer, women's in, and I said, okay, you go on. I don't want to go there. Let me slow down. So, anyways, like I think like every other sport, women's in futsal are not the same as the men's participation, unfortunately.
Yeah.
In Brazil, if I bring Brazil again, and that's my biggest reference, we do have championships, but this is start being better and well organized. Like 2-3 years started this tournament to being organized. It's not something that like the men's, which we have like 20, 30, 40 years ago, we start those leagues. The women's is only 2-3 years ago. And this is the same for soccer.
So I'm going to ask you, Alvaro, I'm going to ask you this. Steph and Kanai also, but Steph does women's mixed martial arts and kickboxing. In Brazil, because Brazil has a great background with martial arts and everything like that. Gracie, I don't have to tell you, and numerous guys. How big is still they hit a pinnacle or still can rise MMA in Brazil, especially ladies, women's mixed martial arts?
I think we're going to start a conversation right now to talk about how sports is developed in Brazil. If we go deep in that question, for sure, to answer your question is for sure we have a lot of people, a lot of players, a lot of athletes to come out because the system is completely different than in Canada or US. It's very hard and rare to find a good athlete because of the system, not because they are not out there, but because it's very hard to get into the system and practice and have all conditions, good conditions to practice and succeed as a good player or a good athlete.
All right. And go ahead. First of all, we're joined by Warren, who's a comedian. So I'm going to bring some laughs to this, all right? Who's a comedian who's Warren. Give me Kanai, Stephanie, Sam, Alvaro, and Andrea want a good laugh. Give me your best comedic lines, whatever you want to say.
Way to put him on the spot, Joe. Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
I gotta make an entrance like that.
Just got here, Joe. I'm bringing you down, guys. I'm so sorry for all this conversation. But
No, you're way up. Don't worry. I'm getting back to you. Don't worry. We're gonna do a Wordle fast now. Come on. Go ahead.
I've been disappointing people my entire life, Joe. It's all right. This is the entrance that I was planning on making. So yeah, what's up, Barnburner family? What's happening, everybody?
Good.
We're good. We're good.
We're good. Talking about futsal. Ooh.
Yes. I was just watching. Good stuff. Exciting.
Is that your best comedic line? Come on, I'm excited.
No, I didn't know you wanted me to open with a comedic line, Joe.
Me laugh.
You're opening. I need you to open.
I could give you the line that I use to open, like my Tinder opener for online dating. If you want to hear that.
Please do. Please do.
Come on, Steph.
All right. It goes like this. Last night I hosted a support group for premature ejaculators. It was supposed to start at 8 p.m., but everyone came early. Hi, I'm Warren.
Wow.
And that
I have no reference.
That's so good.
How's that working for you?
Swipe right.
Pretty good, actually. I can't
Surprisingly.
lie. It's been shockingly successful. Yes, I've done the market research.
Did everybody leave the room then?
Yeah, they left early too.
By the way, Warren, I guess you want to speak about your co-host there because she's not
Yes.
on today, but go ahead, tell everybody about your show.
Yeah, so Tamara wasn't able to make it, unfortunately. She's working all day today, working hard. But yeah, our show, Controlled Chaos, we're 6 episodes deep now. We're going to be doing episode 7 soon. And it's great. It's a lot of fun. Her and I are both stand-ups in Toronto. And, we do the show every week. First 20 minutes is just us kind of going over, what's new this week in our lives and the world. Because to say the least, we're living in pretty interesting times, right? To put it mildly. And so there's plenty to talk about there. And then the next 20 minutes of the show, we do topics from a hat, which is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You draw a topic from a hat. We don't have anything prepared or anything like that. It's just a little piece of paper. So it gives us an idea, like a fortune cookie kind of thing. And then we just tell stories based on that. Because comedians, we live very unconventional lives. So, we have like a database of stories, and you just have to search a keyword, and then we can pull up all sorts of degenerate, crazy stories related to whatever it is that the topic is. So, we've done, vacations you've ruined was one, the poorest you've ever felt, just stuff like that, right? We've done competition was another one we did.
Rob, our new producer has to, 1 second. Sorry, Warren. Has to leave. So I just wanted to say thank you to Ariabi, and she's our new producer, especially on the H.E.R network side. So thank you. Best of the season to you and your family, and stay safe in New York there, and go shovel some snow there. Okay.
That's not happening. Guys, you guys have a Merry Christmas and
Merry Christmas.
You too.
Christmas. Bye.
Welcome aboard, Robbie.
Bye.
Bye.
So Warren, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Again, all right.
I am definitely going to put you on the spot because one of your best routines with your great co-host is Florida Man.
Florida Man. Well, Florida Man is not like a thing that we made up. This has been a meme, right? All the good news stories come from Florida, and this is what I was kind of getting into. The last 15 minutes of the show is Whose Headline Is It Anyway, where we pull all the like funny news headlines, and like 30 to I would say a good 30 to 35% of them are from Florida, right? We all know this. This is kind of like a popular thing now. So yeah, Florida is the headlines always start with Florida Man. One was Florida Man has a Christmas tradition where he thaws his Thanksgiving turkey in the backyard pool. And geez, what was a bunch? There was like so many of them, like I can't even keep track. We've done at least 4 like things in Whose Headline Is It Anyway, where it was a Florida Man story.
Nice.
So we gotta have here.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, who is your favorite? Whose line is it anyways? Character or comedian?
Ooh, that's tough. I mean, Brian Styles, hilarious. Colin Mockery. It's tough to pick a favorite, but yeah, I don't know.
Colin's a funny guy. Yeah.
Yeah, as well. Wayne Brady was really good too.
Yeah, Wayne Brady was really good, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so wait, I have a question too. I'll just raise my hand. What is your favorite comedy movie? Because I need something to watch tonight. So give me something that's like, you know what I mean? Like your top fave comedies. Like, I don't know.
Comedy film. Let's see. I know a lot of really good comedy TV shows. Favorite comedy movie?
You can give me a show too.
I'll go with Happy Gilmore is a really good one. Adam Sandler. That's a classic. I don't know. I can't think of anything like recent, but yeah, that was a really good one.
Okay.
Or you can always watch Eddie Murphy Hilarious, and that will get you flying.
Which one?
Hilarious from Eddie Murphy or Eddie Murphy.
Oh yeah, Eddie Murphy. Yeah, Eddie Murphy's a killer, man.
Warren,
he's great.
who's the best comedian that you heard or seen?
Dave Chappelle, greatest of all time in my opinion. Dave Chappelle. I saw him live in 2015, and he was hilarious. This was like when he was like just starting his big comeback to stand up. So yeah, that was really good.
And how do you model your comedic roles or whatever? Is there somebody you grew up watching and you want to be like?
I mean, I guess the way that it works, kind of like you start off like, imitating a little bit of some of the influences, and then you sort of find your own voice type of thing. So I would say, who are some of my influences? Really like Jim Jeffries, Doug Stanhope, George Carlin, again, Chappelle. Who else? Yeah, I mean, like there's a huge list of people really, but yeah, those are some of my favorites. Louis C.K. also a really great comic. Yeah, I would say those guys.
And back in the old days, like 20, 30 years ago, right? do you study film? Like, I'm gonna equate it to sports, right? When we watch Maradona, Pelé, and Wayne Gretzky and all that, we watch the film. But do you watch as a comedic 1980, 1985, Eddie Murphy or Benny Hill or whoever like that?
Don't go back as far as like Benny Hill and like some of the older like the Johnny Carson comics crowd type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't my comedy memory doesn't go back that far, unfortunately. I should do my history a little bit better, but yeah, you know, like a lot of the older stuff, you know, Eddie Murphy, Delirious for sure. Like I would say like around the 80s for sure was when I started, like, you know, Pryor and, you know, Carlin, everybody like that. Those guys I really got into.
Is there somebody that you watch them and he's got you in like laugh attack there like constantly? Is there somebody, one person who you see him on screen or you hear him and you can't stop laughing?
I would say Dave Chappelle's that guy for me, man. He's amazing. I love that he's like doing his thing now and he's like back and he's got this huge platform and he's just like putting out content. I mean, what he did with Netflix, putting out 4 specials and like, I mean, he did like 70 mil. He made more off his specials than he would have made by doing the 3rd season of Chappelle Show, which was like pretty much the biggest power move in comedy history, as far as I can tell. So the dude's a legend, like, you know, on and off the stage. And yeah, just hilarious. He's one of those guys, he can show up to the Cellar in New York City and just randomly he'll stop in and do like a 5-hour set. And he's just sitting up there on a stool, just being hilarious. Like he doesn't have jokes planned. He's just like off the cuff. Like he has that energy, right? He can just like vibe with the crowd. So a guy like him is, yeah, that's who I would definitely.
So who would you say is Canada's top comedian right now? If you had to...
Canada's top comic right now? I don't know, man. Tough to say. I don't really think I have like a single favorite. There's a lot of really funny people. It's interesting too, because like a lot of the people that I know that are just like open mic comics or people who are maybe not as big a name are funnier than some of the people I see getting, you know, hour-long specials on Netflix and things like that. So it's I don't really I can't say that I actually have a favorite. I don't know if that's a disappointing answer.
All right.
Okay, so I have another question. It's semi-controversial. What do you think of Ellen DeGeneres?
What do I think about Ellen DeGeneres?
Way to spice it up in here.
What do you think about Ellen? Ellen.
You talk about Ellen and Alberto's leaving.
I heard she's pretty mean to her staff, so I don't know. I don't know what to think about Ellen because like you only really know what I haven't met her obviously, right? Yeah. So like I think she's funny. Obviously she's built a huge, you know, she's like kind of the new Oprah in a sense, right? So she's really built a media empire and you know, I can only say what I've heard in the tabloids about her. I don't really know her on a personal level. So, you know, what do I think? I don't know. I think she should be as nice off camera as she is on camera if she isn't. And yeah, I don't know. That's about all it is to say about that.
Right,
that was a very diplomatic answer to a controversial
yes, it was.
question.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, wiggled out of that one.
We need another comedic line because Kenai is falling asleep. Go ahead.
Another comedic line?
Yeah, come on. Give me. I'm putting you on the spot again. Come on.
All right. 2 peanuts were riding the subway and one was assaulted.
Oh,
that wasn't good. Come on, another one. I need a longer one. Look, he needs the.
A longer one, like a joke or like a line.
Yeah,
this is the thing, right? It's funny because like comedy is very conversational, right? Like it's not like traditional, like when someone asks you to tell them a joke type of a joke. It's like more like you're talking to the crowd. So like when you say a line, I think like a one-liner.
So okay, do you want us to give you like a keyword, like what you do on your show, where somebody says a keyword and then you give us like a story?
Let's Steph ask.
So, can you tell us the most embarrassing story that ever happened to you or someone that you know?
Okay, sure. This is like our topics from the hat. We had let's see, we did most embarrassing moments on film. Actually, that was the other week. I guess if you guys weren't tuned into the episode, I could tell you about this. It was okay, so I did a little bit of modeling when I was a kid. I was like maybe 10, 11 years old. I was doing extra work and I got a gig for Beachcomber Hot Tubs was doing a brochure and they were taking a photo shoot. So it was a family, my dad, mom, me, the son, and then the daughter, who was like, I don't know, maybe 8 or 7, like younger than me, right? And we're all in the backyard hot tub of this place, beautiful backyard. And they give us like, you know, these little like foam footballs and stuff, all these like things to frolic around in the hot tub. Like nobody hot tubs like this, right? And people just sit back and relax. But like, I guess for the photo shoot, they want it to be all dynamic. So we're all sitting in the hot tub and we're, you know, just throwing these things around. And then they got a whole photo crew, lights and cameras and everything like that. And they've also got a guy, this is like film sets, man. They're really, there's like a person for every single job, right? There's one guy who was actually taking the pH levels in the hot tub, right? Like as every half an hour, he would take the pH levels and look at them. Like, I don't know why, it was like a safety issue, like where it's a hot tub. But for some reason, anyway, we had to do this. So I was 10 and, you know, I had to go to the bathroom and I didn't want to interrupt the shoot. And, you know, like, I'm look, 10-year-old boy, guys, I'm going to confess. We all know where this story's going. And like, look, I did what a 10-year-old boy does in a hot tub. I urinated discreetly. And then this guy comes along and he does the pH test like 5-10 minutes later. And he just takes the test and he looks at it. And then I'm like I thought this guy would have my back or something, right? Like, what's the point of freaking out everybody? You're going to ruin the shoot, right? He just looks at it. He's like, oh, it looks like someone peed in the hot tub. And then like everybody in the whole set just looking around like nobody was like, it was you, kid, but like everyone, obviously it was me, right? Like 2 grown-ups, young girl, young boy, right? Like it's just, I was the, you know, the prime suspect for that one. So it was like the unspoken acknowledgement that I had kind of peed in the hot tub, and then we had to do the shoot still for like another hour after that. So, putting on these faces like everyone's having a good time, and I'm like, well, I got weird. Thank you, dude. So I would say that was one of the most embarrassing moment on film. But yeah, I would, in general, pretty embarrassing moment. Yeah.
Well, like most of us, you know, some like Kanai grows up, he wants to be a writer and cover MMA and stuff, you know, a kickboxing champion and everything like that. When you grow up, what made you decide
you grow up
a comedian?
I just always love comedy, you know. It's like it's pretty much the same story. I feel like for most comics, it's just like, you know, class clown. You like to make people laugh. You like having attention. You know, yeah. You know, it was just that. It was like I watched comedians doing their thing, and I was like, wow, that looks like I wanted to do that, right? And always
I want to start for a living.
Those things. Sorry,
I want to start for a living.
Yeah, pretty much start for a living. Yeah, no, that was the idea. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, and yeah, it's
right,
awesome.
So
I love it.
We asked you about comedic and all that, but you're surrounded by most sports people here on this chat, on this show or whatever. Are you a sports fan?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to oversell my you know, interest in sports. I watch, you know, when I'm at sports bars and things like that. Like I follow casually, but I don't pretend to be able to keep up in sports conversations.
What's
right?
Your favorite sport?
What's my favorite sport?
Yeah.
Yeah, hockey. I think so.
There we go.
Yeah, I like hockey.
Hockey. All right. Who's your favorite team then?
I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna go with. I'm actually from BC originally, so I'll go with the Canucks. That was who I was. For. Yeah. I was actually downtown Vancouver when the riot happened. The Vancouver Canucks riot in 2011. This is the crazy thing was I like Nostradamus predicted this riot when on a vacation in Dominican Republic at my cousin's wedding before the quarterfinals even started. I was like, if we get to the Stanley Cup finals this year and lose, there's going to be a riot. And then literally that year later, boom, riot happened. It was crazy.
What do you think of just coming out now and you know, Andrea and Wayne, want your thoughts on it? The Vancouver Canucks, people are saying to change their logos. It's offensive.
Yeah. So okay. So I actually read about that today. They actually have. So the owner of the Canucks, I can never pronounce his name, has actually worked very closely with the First Nations. Three chiefs, I think, today came out, or a couple days ago, supporting the logo. You know what? It's not. I don't view it offensive. It's been around forever. But yeah, 3 sweet, like the Squamish chief and a couple, and I can't remember. I don't know how to pronounce them, but they came out in favor of it and saying, you know what, we really like it. So The bigger issue was what's his face's helmet. And I
Yeah, the
didn't-
helmet. The helmet, I think, was.
issue, but
Yeah,
the
Holtby's
logo-
helmet was not.
Yeah, and I never looked at that, but no, the logo, I don't have any issues with the logo. I don't think it's offensive. We're talking about the Canucks logo.
I know.
Yeah, and the
It's
Orca.
a soccer thing.
Yeah. I don't think it's offensive.
Okay, so I'm going to go to Alvaro here. Okay, 2000.
Not offensive. I agree with her.
No, I'm talking about something else. 2021 is Euro championships. Okay, so I know we're not talking futsal, we're talking soccer, or like we say, football. Okay, not American football, not Canadian football. That's not football. Football is football, aka soccer. All right. So give us the top 3-4 teams in your eyes for Euro in 2021.
For which tournament?
For the Euro Championship in 2000.
Euro Championship. You
Yeah.
were putting me in a spot here where.
Yeah, I like putting people on spot. See,
I know.
Now I don't put them on a spot.
Thank
Look.
you. Well, I'm following a little bit. I'm following football right now, not as much as I would like to. My always guess in Europe are Germany. Always have a good team. It's going down, but always have a good team. The transition, they are going through a transition right now. Belgium is coming with a very good team since last World Cup or last a few seasons ago. Portugal again is in a transition, but they always been there. And the other country that I always like to watch is the way they play is Netherlands.
Yep.
The Orange Machine.
Eduardo, do you agree with those 4 teams?
Well,
sorry, I forgot Italy.
Hey, I like the top. I like that top 4.
¿Dónde está España? Alvaro, ¿dónde está España? Ya está.
Well, Iniesta is not playing. That's the problem.
The thing is that if you look at what the European teams are doing right now, and we just had last week a tournament between the European teams. Right now, the top team technically is the UK because they haven't been so hit by Germany and the UK are the only teams that haven't been hit by the pandemic. Portugal, Spain, Netherlands were hit severely. The Ukraine has been the Ukraine is dismantled completely. So, I mean, you have to look at where they are going to be in 2021, if there is going to be, because I don't think there is going to be a European Championships anyways. But and it's supposed to be in Germany of all places. So I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think the Kaiser is going to allow people to come into her country.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with Andrew. Andrew, 2021, about 2 weeks away. What's your New Year's resolution?
My New Year's resolution, to be honest with you, I would want to say to start a podcast.
What a network to start on. All right, Warren, go
There
ahead.
you go. There you go.
New Year's resolution?
Yeah.
Probably gonna give up smoking on New Year's. I'm thinking. I'm like kind of an
January
on and off
2nd,
smoker.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No cigarettes, no alcohol.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
All right, go ahead, Alvaro and Andrea. Go ahead.
I don't have one. I don't actually.
You don't have
I don't
one?
have one. You can be mine. I don't have one actually.
I really hope we can play futsal here.
Yeah.
Because of the COVID, we can't play indoor. So I hope we can play futsal here. That's
Sam.
A New Year's resolution. I feel like I know everyone has been going around and I had so much time to like think about mine, but I don't know. I feel like maybe to be a better person. I feel like I'm not sure. Like I don't know. You know, the new year, new me. I'm not not really sure what to say. I mean, how about you, Joe?
Oh no, I go last. All right, can I?
Nothing too lavish over here, just to get in better shape, generally speaking, lose a couple of pounds and
I would say
fit into the clothes a little better.
I would say your New Year's resolution: get another shirt, orange, a yellow shirt. What's wrong here? Come on, Sam.
Hey,
Steph.
got to be visible.
Yeah, visible. All right, Steph, go ahead.
I never really give this a ton of thought, to be honest with you. I would say I just want to like do more things that scare me. because I think that's how you like grow as a person.
What scares you?
Like skydiving? Was that too much? Too far?
Skydiving is terrifying. I would rather be punched in the face all day, every day, than skydive.
Well, there's something. There's
Yeah.
something that scares you. There you go.
Yeah, I like overcoming fears. I think it like builds confidence in you, like you'll never get otherwise.
Oh wait, I know you're in Newfoundland, but have you ever come to Toronto to see the CN Tower? Have you ever been upstairs in there, like on the glass floor, or no?
Oh yeah, the edge walk. Yeah.
Okay.
Shaking like a leaf.
I'm gonna take Andrea there, right, Andrea? You want to do I've
been there. Oh yeah, I'm coming back to Toronto, but yeah, no, I've been there, but it's freaky. I agree. But I was actually gonna say, Steph, I have a cousin. She is in. She lives in Newfoundland. She goes back between Newfoundland and she lives in St. John's. She goes back between St. John's and Toronto all the time. So yeah, if I ever make it out to St. John's, we'll go skydiving.
I will screech you in and we'll go skydiving.
Nice. In St.
Imagine
John's.
skydiving with the futsal, like woo!
Yeah. Oh my God, Alvaro will come too.
All right, Eduardo, what's your New Year's resolution?
Make Barn Burner a bigger and better place.
You won't make it. I will. All right, so that's it. Now I'm gonna start again around the group because we're gonna close this out in about 10 minutes. Andrew, give me 2021. What would you like changed in 2000? Everybody's gonna say COVID or whatever, but
that's exactly what I was going to say.
No, don't say COVID. I just eliminated COVID. COVID is gone. All right, gone. All right. So that's it. And talking about COVID, I'll go around the same thing. What would you like change? And when would you get the vaccine? In March, in June, in August? When would you get the vaccine? And what would you like change? Go ahead, Andrew.
To be honest with you, there's besides obviously COVID being the obvious one, which I won't say, there's really not a lot I would want to change, to be honest with you. And for me getting the vaccine, I'm younger, I'm 21, so it's probably going to be June to September for me, to be honest.
Okay, Warren.
I would like to see the public conversation and discourse become a little bit more, collaborative and less combative. I think that there's a lot of competing narratives right now in the media. We see a lot of this, red versus blue, left versus right. I'd like to see people actually having intellectual discussions that go somewhere and hit some sort of ground truth where we can start to dig our way out of this hole that we seem to be in as a society. And, for hearts and minds to come together.
And when would you get the vaccine?
When?
Yeah.
I don't know. When are they available?
Okay, so you will get it right away, right?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not in a hurry, but I'm not really trying to wait up either.
Okay, Eduardo, go ahead.
So, change that I would like to see, probably more integration in between every single ethnic group around. I mean, it's sad to see what transpired during this pandemic and what's still happening in the conversation going on. And to me, live and let live has been my motto for a long time. And I think that's what I would like to see. I mean, that we stop taking prejudice in regards to people, and we just start learning to live with each other the way it's supposed to be. And in terms of the vaccine, I'll let everybody have it before me. I think that's what it should be. I mean, I don't need it right now. I know how to keep myself safe, but there is more people that require it ahead of me.
All right, can I?
What I would change is maybe a fostering for the respect of science. I think in this year we've seen a lot of misinformation and a disservice given to the work that it takes to overcome and research something like this coronavirus. So I think if governments and people of authority had more of a respect for scientists and doctors and the people who devote their lives to researching these kinds of things, we'd be out of this kind of situation a lot quicker. And in terms of when I would get the vaccine, I think it should be going to, of course, the more vulnerable people, of course, the frontline workers, the people who put themselves in harm's way to combat these things. So I probably wouldn't be among the first to get it, but if they said I was eligible to get it, I would certainly get it.
Alvaro.
Well, I think Eduardo nailed what I was thinking to say. I think the word in English is equality. So same opportunities for people from, it doesn't matter where you are, the color, your race, your religion, it doesn't matter. You have to have the same opportunities as everybody else's. So that's what I would like to see more. And the vaccine, I don't know when is available. I don't mind taking next year or in 2 years or in 3 years. I think I don't mind that. I'm not 21, but I don't need to take right now.
All right, Andrea, go ahead.
I would say more investment in women's sports. I think there's a lot of money out there, and I just think that VCs and just the women's game is so different than the male's game, and yet we're compared to the same standards as men, which I don't think it's right. I think women's sports and women, whether it's women futsal or it's women football or whatever it is, there should be more investment in women since we are 50% of the population. So that's what I'd like to change. And in terms of vaccine, because I'm a bit of a science nerd, I've actually read the, what did I read? I read the Pfizer vaccine. So I'm curious to see what Health Canada is going to approve for Moderna. And so but again, like most people, I'm not in a rush to get it, but primarily because I don't think I can. I'm not in that demographic. So, I do agree they should go to health care professionals first, and the elderly that really need it, because again, Alvaro and I both, we're doing whatever we can to keep ourselves safe.
All right, Sam.
Yeah, I'm not really political, but I would like to see Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in the White House instead of I feel like my family's been keeping up with the news and stuff like that in the States. So, to see maybe Donald Trump, congratulate the president-elect Joe Biden and kind of just keep it moving forward so that change can be happening, things can be made and done faster. And then in terms of the vaccine, I haven't really read up on the vaccine, but I've been seeing a lot of posts and a lot of different fears and stuff. So I think after Justin Trudeau and the doctors themselves take the vaccine, then I'll be more, prone to being okay, well, they took it and they're fine, so then I'll take it. I know right now they're offering it to the Indigenous communities first and the elders. So I'm kind of iffy on I don't want it to test on the Indigenous communities. I hope it's you know what I mean? All safe and everything. So hopefully, yeah, just that.
All right, Steph. And then we're going to get to a newest person who just joined us. But Steph, go ahead.
So I also too would like to see a change in women's sport. I'd like to see more sponsorship for women's sport, whether it be futsal, WMMA, boxing, kickboxing, any
basketball.
Basketball. I'd like to see more women represented in the media, more funding for these women. And I'd also like to see the development of kickboxing. In 2023, it's actually going to be in the European Olympic Games for the first time ever. So I think that's going to be a good start. And as in regards to the vaccine here in Newfoundland, we actually have received our first allotment of vaccines, and it's going to go first to the elderly and at risk, and then their caretakers. Then it goes through a different platform in the hospital. So first one to get it would be Emerge Floor, and then Emerge Floor for children, and then it would go orthopedic, neurology, depending on the risk sort of thing. Then it trickles down the line to healthcare practitioners. So I am a healthcare practitioner myself. However, I'm not in a rush to get it. I think immunocompromised elderly people and nurses on the front line should be the first ones to avail and have the choice of whether they would like to take the vaccine or not.
All right. Thanks a lot, Steph, for that. We're joined, unmute yourself, Veronica. We're joined by Veronica Harris. Veronica, you missed the first hour. You would have had the time of your life there.
What happened?
Morris Peterson called you out. Tracy Murray called you out. Drew
Oh my goodness.
You want to know why they called me out? It's because I wasn't on. That's why.
Yeah, that Drew Ebanks turned 50. He wants 7 kids. You know, nothing usual there. So Veronica, and by the way, for people who are just seeing Veronica and all that, she is, when we first started here, I know Veronica about 2-3 years, a big proponent for ladies basketball. She has her own show for ladies basketball, and we talked about more, and this is one thing that I do for the H.E.R network. I'm doing it to establish a legacy for my daughter and all that, and Eduardo's fully behind us, but Veronica is somebody who, before this ladies movement took place, was at the start of it, the queen of it, everything you want to say. Veronica, the floor is yours.
First off, you're very, very kind.
I'm
Secondly,
always kind, but nobody knows this. Go ahead.
Secondly, I'll throw that back at you. I mean, it wouldn't be possible for me to do what I've done, and also I'm not gonna lie. You have given me a lot of opportunities, whether it be being on the court for the Raptors or every MLSE team. To be honest with you, not many people can say that they've been on the court during the NBA playoff. So Joe, thank you. Barn Burner, thank you. I think I kind of tricked, like I came in the, what was the question you guys were talking about when I came in?
About, you know, your 2021, what would you change in 2021, and whether you would, when would you get the vaccine?
Oh, okay. The vaccine would be a super quick answer. I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm hearing, I mean, I'm not going to give into conspiracy theories and all of that. Mind you, I have been watching a few. It's just, it's very interesting as to how they came up with a vaccine so fast. So with that, I'm going to wait. Let's see if there's any side effects. If not, I'm not, I think Stephanie was talking, I think I caught her saying that it's going to be the most vulnerable first. I'm good with that. I'm younger, I'm healthy, I'm okay. So that is my answer on the vaccine. On what I want to see in 2021, I want to touch on, of course, more women's sports. I think the WNBA, the numbers skyrocketed last season, which is beautiful. And I feel there's nowhere to go but up, which is amazing. I mean, I know, Joe, you and Drew, is Drew still waiting on his WNBA sweater?
Yeah, well, Drew is waiting. He's 50 years old. He's waiting for all this. Come on. He's still waiting for his WNBA sweater and all that. But I got to tell you, Veronica, here in front of you right now, Stephanie Fleming, she's hosting the first ever WMMA show on television. Also, the first kickboxing show on television. The people you see in front of you, Alvaro and Andrea, they're the first ever futsal show. Okay, futsal show here. This is, and again, anybody who's watching this and listening to this, the H.E.R Network and Barn Burner, if you have a show, and she said it so almost made me cry. See, don't make me cry, Vic. All right, Veronica, don't make me cry here. So if you want to have a show, we are the voice of the voiceless. I had that text by Peter Mansbridge. Peter Mansbridge texted me, Joe, you're the voice of the voiceless. And we are lucky enough. We have passes. She was on the court. She's a big. Veronica is one of the biggest proponents here in Toronto, and let alone in Toronto, in Canada, about lady sports, from WMMA to futsal to Samantha joining us and doing lab. Can you believe, Veronica? Can you believe I'm doing an entertainment show?
I love it, man. Why not? That's so versatile. No one else is doing it. Cover all your bases.
Come on, you gotta join us on. How about you're a basketball player? You like MMA? Come on, Ree. Come on.
You know what? Part of my New Year's, I'm not doing resolutions this year. It's way too much pressure. But it is to, especially in COVID. I mean, I hate outside, so I haven't really been exercising. So, Steph, I'm definitely watching your show. I've thought about boxing, kickboxing. I don't have a huge condo, but I figure if I can move once the tree's gone and the table, New Year, I'll be okay. So I'll definitely be watching your show. So awesome. So glad to hear.
So Veronica, I'm going to ask you this, okay? We're going to go back to a little bit basketball here, okay?
Oh.
The Tampa Raptors, how are they going to do in 2020-21?
They're gonna do well. They're really good under pressure. And they're gonna do very, very well. I mean, I think it was the second game against Charlotte I watched. I was been messaging my friend like, oh my God, the Hornets are on a 20-0 run in the last like 6 minutes. Oh crap, this is not good. They did win that game. So I just kind of like kicked myself in the butt. But yeah, they're good. A lot has happened this offseason. A lot. So I think that teams are going to surprise everybody for the better and for worse.
All right. So I'm going to ask you this. I asked everybody, but since you're here, and then we'll go around. We got 5 minutes left. I've done 4 hours of live programming. 4 hours, V. Come on. All right. What you mentioned, what's your New Year's resolution? But here, I asked everybody the same question. What would you like to see changed in 2021?
Aside from change, people need to, okay, what I want to see change is society and the world to just slow down. I think COVID was, aside from those affected, of course, negatively through COVID, I think it was a really, really good opportunity for people to just relax. Like, I mean, some people have nowhere to go. Let me speak personally. I have nowhere to go. I'm in school, I'm studying. But there's a lot of, I think, self-reflecting that we could all do. Regardless, it's to do with the ecosystem or being a better friend or taking that extra step to make someone feel, I don't know, a little bit more cared about. There's just a few examples. There's so many examples. But I think to sum it up, I think we just need to relax, take a breath, look around, and appreciate.
Tell everybody, because I know, tell everybody what you're studying now.
Oh yeah. If you guys ever want to buy a house starting spring 2021, I'm your girl. I'm studying real estate.
Nice.
So, yeah, so I'm super pumped. All this talk about, like the market's still going up. I'm like, damn, if the market can still go up in COVID, I see a pretty good future. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about it.
And I know, Veronica, I know you're a soccer fan, all right? Yeah, I know you're a soccer fan, all right? Have you ever heard of futsal?
Yes.
Okay, these two in Vancouver, Alviro and Andrea are a huge futsal. They have a show of futsal and all that. Anything you want to know about futsal? You have any questions that you want to ask them? I put everybody on the spot.
No pressure, man. About futsal?
No? Come on. How about soccer? Come on.
Is there anything you guys want to tell me about it?
You want to close it out?
So, Veronica, I have a question for you.
Talk to me.
I know that you're a big Raptor follower. Masai leaves or stays in Toronto after the season?
Oh, I say he leaves, and I'm not upset about it. Andrew, I saw your reaction. I'm sorry. Yeah. But I'm not upset about it because I think Masai is one of those guys who, it sounds a little bit corny, but was put into the league to help teams rebuild and succeed. And he has done exactly that. If that means he's got to go to Detroit next, that's great. But I think he's done what he needed to do here, like literally with the championship. And I think it'd be so beautiful to see him work his magic elsewhere.
And V, we got to talk to the Greek freak. He's got 228 million.
I know.
Could share some 28 million.
$192 a second.
I thought LeBron was getting. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. It's a lot. It's too much money. I mean, I know we're ending.
He needs a new house in Toronto. Put it that way. Come on, V.
5 year. No, by that time there's going to be so many. Not to say he'll lose his magic, but 5 years is a long time.
Very true.
And here comes your next question, Veronica. Webster takes over or is fired?
Fired.
Well,
Bobby Webster. He should.
My reaction was the exact same.
What do I not know? What's happening?
Well, like, I mean, really, if you think about it, this was Masai's team. Webster has been there, but he hasn't said anything or done anything. Everything is Masai. He hasn't.
I think
I think he's the type of guy to let Masai have it, to have that front.
Yeah, but you cannot be a GM and let the president have it.
Why not? I think he's done a great job.
Yeah, but that's not his role, though. His role is supposed to be the spokesman for a team. He is the GM, and he doesn't come out ever.
All right. On that note, we'll go around the table because we're going to close it around here. Kanai, any last thoughts here as we head? This is the year-end show. There will be no Barn Burner Live for Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. Kanai, what are you doing Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve? I'm not going to do shows. Do you want to do a 4-hour show?
Oh, I'm trying to stay as normal as possible. So I'm sticking to my normal schedule, which is usually Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern time for TKO Countdown. So I'm available for duty. So if there's Barn Burner Live during the holidays, I'm up for it. But I just wanted to say, it's been a long year, and I said it earlier in the show, but I think we all deserve a big batch of chocolate chip cookies for just surviving it and making it to the end of this year. It's been a year.
You spend the money.
I agree.
Send it to Vancouver also. Send it to Vancouver also, can I?
Oh, we send it everywhere. Oh, yeah, everyone's included. There's no exceptions because it's been a long, long year. And hopefully we can recharge our batteries in the holidays to keep it going and bring it further in 2021 for all of us here.
All right, Warren.
What am I doing for Christmas?
No, yeah, just anything you want to tell. We're going to close it out. Anything you want to tell the fans here?
Yeah, just everybody keep doing your thing. Have wonderful holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, and all that stuff. And tune in to Control Chaos if you ever get a chance. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And just make 2021 your year.
All right, Andrew.
Well, I just want to wish everyone a happy New Year, happy holidays, and a Merry Christmas. And to also tune into Stolen Bases this weekend. Gotta plug that self-promo in there somehow.
Never mention when you cut a promo, you never mention it. Anyway, okay, Eduardo, go ahead.
So, I think strictly, I wish everybody a happy holiday season. It has been great producing and being in front of you all this time throughout this pandemic. Let's wish for better things in 2021 and keep on watching, because the reason that we are here is because you make us great. And I think that's my message for 2021.
Vero.
Oh, apparently I'm speaking for both of us.
No. He has to say something in Portuguese and Spanish and everything. Come on.
Feliz Natal.
Feliz Natal.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Feliz Natal.
That's it. Feliz Natal. Yeah.
That's all he's gonna say. Come on.
That's all he's gonna say.
Feliz Natal, Feliz Ano Novo. Tudo de bom para todos e todas.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, and what was that?
Good year for everybody.
Salute.
Merry Christmas, and happy holidays for everybody. That's what I said.
By the way, for people who don't know, that was English, not Portuguese or Spanish or whatever. Go ahead.
I tried Portuguese and English. Come on.
Okay, so go ahead, Andrea.
No, I would just say happy holidays to everybody, and thank you, Barn Burner and Joe and Eduardo, for all your hard effort and work. It's I know it's really intensive to do this, and I just to say thank you, because I think we're doing some incredible things, and thank you very much for all your tireless hours and effort. So, because Barn Burner is amazing, and thank you very much for taking the chance on both Alvaro and I, because futsal is very obscure. And we really appreciate it, because we're getting results for sure. And it's opened so many doors for us, as I have said before, but just thank you very much for all your efforts.
That's why I don't do the calls. That's why I don't speak.
No, you're fine, dude. You're fine.
Bueno, I said bueno. Sam, go ahead.
Yeah, let me just grab up my prop here. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to everybody. Definitely during the holidays, definitely tune into all the shows. You guys can catch them on Facebook. I know my family and I have been watching. There's so many diverse, from comedy to futsal to, sports to media to everything. So definitely tune into that. Wear your mask, guys. Be kind to others. Okay, this just looks weird. Anyways, but yeah, just Merry Christmas and everything. Happy Hanukkah to you guys. I know some of you guys are Jewish. So yeah, and happy holidays.
All right, Steph.
I just want to say it was really nice to talk to all of you guys. It's always so much fun chatting on the Barn Burner Network. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to everyone. And I hope that we can all let 2020 go, and 2021 is going to be a reset for everybody.
All right, Veronica.
Yeah, I want to echo everything that all you guys have said. I think it's all very true and very kind and encouraging words. It's been a tough year for most people. So I think if we can keep it in mind. I mean, I don't remember how the saying goes. Never mind. Never mind. I'm not even gonna try and remember. Point is, if you can get through this, then you can get through other things in life. And surround yourself with good people, because it makes going through things like this not easier, but a lot more possible. So yeah, Joe, Eduardo, you and I will talk off screen. I don't know what information you have, but I'd like to know it about Bobby Webster. And thank you guys, all of you guys on this screen. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And Veronica is doing it. She's under weather, but just wanted to stay on for 10, 15 minutes to talk to us. And that's what we're all about here at the Barn Burner Network, Barn Burner TV Network, Radio Network, the H.E.R Network. Remember, through the holiday season, be safe, be happy, wear your mask, take care. I know Christmas, New Year's not going to be the same like every year. We're not going to have, I know Kanai's going to drink more eggnog than ever, but that's, look at him already. So, stay safe. And we do this for you guys. Like Veronica said it the best about 10 minutes ago when she said she was on the floor for Raptor games and all that. We take talent, everybody on here, and I always say this in our Barn Burner Twitter group and all that. You guys are my second family, and Eduardo has done amazing work from doing stuff with ZingoTV. ZingoTV, a big partner of ours, Barn Burner Network, ZingoTV channel 250, and the H.E.R Network channel 251. A big part of us, so special shout out to them. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all the best to you and everybody in their family. But like Veronica said, we take people who have a passion, everything about what I do and probably what Eduardo does and what everybody here on the Barn Burner and the H.E.R Network do is because of passion. And I'm going to say this, I don't care if it's millions of people listening or whatever. None of you guys and nobody gets paid because of COVID situation. We do it because of a love for futsal, a love for kickboxing, WMMA, MMA, comedy, baseball, entertainment, all these people and the most diverse people we have here. You look at the screen right now, from Newfoundland to Vancouver to New York to anywhere. And, we give people a chance. You should be heard, you should be read, you should be seen. We have it all. So for everybody who's listening to this, watching this on ZingoTV channel 250, 251, the H.E.R Network, send us an email, info@barnburner.ca, if you want a chance to be on an actual network. Nobody watches TV now. Everybody's streaming everything from iPads to iPhones to Apple, Android, Spotify, TV, even. Nobody watches TV. For once, I could say this, and me and him have gone back 20, 25 years. We always wanted to work together. All right. And we could say for once, we're ahead of the curve. Everybody talks about flattening the curve. Well, we're on top of the curve here. We're on top of the curve, and everybody should be noticing what we're doing. When we were offered by Zingo this in April, when there was no sports, we're branched as a sports network, when there was no sports, and we still did 350 shows. Nobody in the sporting, in the news community and anything, we're doing shows. Except here, we're taking the talents. Kanai has an amazing talent and writing ability, shows ability, radio, everything. Sam, I'm going to say this, with all honesty. I know, Eduardo, I know we're going long. I don't care. Sam, I'm one of the most proudest about Sam. Here's a rookie coming out of college and all that, and holding it down on Lavish. And it's my honor to be a part of with you on Lavish there, because you every day, I know you talk about Google Docs and all that. I never do the Google Docs and do all the stuff, but you make it happen, and it's my honor to work with you. And you know, like, I'll leave the last one to Eduardo, because I'm really going to say something heartfelt to Eduardo there also. Andrew mentioned he's 21 years old. He never complains, does the job, does stolen bases, does Blue Jays and everything, does it well, writes. He's like a 4-5 tool player, like that in baseball terms, all right? 4-5 tool player, and does it well. Look, a 21-year-old youngster, and who's up and coming there. And Warren, like, I'm going to ask Veronica, because she was last year. There's no comedic shows anywhere on TV except here.
No, and I love it. I think, man, everything back to COVID, so I hope I'm not being annoying, but it's a time people need to laugh. So Warren, I can't wait to watch your show, man.
Thank you very much. Yeah, comedy thrives in miserable conditions, so this is like a growth.
So Warren, she just put you on the spot. Another short comedy thing, or no?
What? Another short comedy thing?
Yeah, a short joke. Come on.
Oh, big rule of comedy, Joe. You got to leave them wanting more. You got to tune into Control Chaos.
There you go. There you go. So, another Warren there, and Steph. Like, there's nobody. Again, when I put people in positions there, she doesn't say this, so I'm going to say it for her. She is a national 3-time champion. National 3-time champion. I know we're in Canada, but we're watching. They're watching us all over the world. She is a national champion in kickboxing. So what? Here, she's a national champion in kickboxing. Why don't we have a kickboxing show? Boom. She has a kickboxing show, and she's thriving with herself in Kaz there in the first WMMA women's mixed martial arts are coming, and they're going to make a statement big time in 2021, and we're going to be all over it. People from other stations are watching us to see what we're doing and taking and stealing our ideas. Veronica could talk about. Veronica, you ever hear of something called The Blaze?
Oh.
Yeah.
I have. Yeah.
It's The Blaze. It's getting 3, 4, 5 ladies together talking about sports. The Blaze on Ice, talking about 4 or 5 ladies talking about hockey. Blaze on Hoops. Other stations here in Canada call it Trailblazers. Oh, how original is that? We're setting this pace here in Barn Burner. We're setting the pace here in Barn Burner. People should watch it. And like with Stephanie, amazing job. And you know, Andrea Alvaro, like, there's nobody better to cover futsal than these two. You know, like, you want futsal, you want a little bit of soccer, you want this. Again, we are doing sports that should be covered. There's millions, and I talk about this to everybody. When I turn on Canadian sports TV here, when I turn on Canadian sports TV, I watch hours of darts. Is darts a sport? Okay, is darts a sport? Like, what happened? We have, you know, a volleyball show, we have a gymnastics show, we have a WMMA show, we have a futsal show. Darts is not a sport. All right, we watch poker.
You're gonna get some people really upset with that.
I don't care what. Then throw a dart at me. I'd rather watch futsal than darts there. All right. And for everybody here, Drew Ebanks, Captain Canada, like I call him, the guy works so hard for basketball, for Canadian basketball and all that. And you saw a special guest, Morris Peterson, Tracy Murray, Randy Cross. We got Hall of Famers, Joe Tildy from, you know, he was a sportscaster for CFTO here in Toronto for years. Norm Rumack, who gave me my break there, Stormin Norman on the Fan 590. Who else am I missing? Arabi King, our newest producer there. Who else am I missing, Eduardo? Who was on?
Scott Church.
Scott Church and another
Justin.
Okay, hold on. Let me go through that. Scott Churchton, another guy who is, he has two shows, one The Sports Den and one Tales from the Film Set. He's a body double there. Again, we do show outside the box. Justin Levine, another guy, he covers hockey, ladies hockey. There's nobody better covering ladies hockey than him. Who else, Eduardo?
We have Lindsay and Brooke.
Lindsay and Brooke, two lady hockey players, two lady actual hockey players doing a show. Tee it up Sundays at 7. Check it out. Ladies hockey is on the rise also. There should be no reason. I shouldn't even call them ladies hockey players. They're hockey players. Doesn't matter if they're ladies, men, or whatever. They're hockey players. Period. End of story. And another. Go ahead, Eduardo.
Tiana.
Yeah, T-Talk, Tiana Rose, you got to listen to that Sunday morning or Sunday afternoons, 12:30. She tells it like it is. T-Talks, check it out. Go ahead.
Noel Club.
I'm going to leave this to Kanai. Noel Club. Any comments that you want to say about Noel Club, Kanai?
Oh, I think Noel's been producing excellent content this year with Club Tracks, where he's been bringing on a lot of interesting Canadian artists and international artists and being able to tell their stories all year. And then, of course, the amazing Knockout Show, where he brings in all the who's who of Canadian boxing, and they break down what's going on in the sport, and they comment on all the thoughts. I just think Noel's been doing an excellent job covering those bases, and it's just been fun to watch.
Club Tracks this weekend, for those who don't know, he's got Blue Rodeo, and next weekend, Kim Mitchell. All right? We're bringing stars into the network that they want to come on. And don't forget, the CEO of the H.E.R network, Tanya Mullins. Big up to Tanya Mullins. Tanya Mullins, the big CEO of the H.E.R network there, 30 years, and she a Juno Award winner and Juno nominees and everything like that. Tanya Mullins. Who else, Eduardo? I'm going through the list. I don't care. Looking at me like you want to cut it off, but it doesn't matter. They're in Vancouver at 8 o'clock. They're waking up. Come on.
Diana Musina.
Diana Messina. By the way, I know Drew watches Single Pringle all the time. He wants dating tips and all that. Diana Messina, 19, 20 years old, getting you caught up with the dating tips and everything. Go ahead, Eduardo.
Who else we have? Well,
Jen Connor. Jen?
Yeah, Jen Connor, who, live chats, teaming up with Sam there, talking about the entertainment, lifestyle, and a special shout out. Jen Connor wanted to be here today, and she has a family emergency. All the best. Merry Christmas, and hopefully everything goes well with your family, Jen. Go ahead.
And then we have none other than Steph's co-star,
Kaz Wiseman, like I mentioned. What's the new name of your show, Steph?
The Champions Corner with Cass and Steph.
Yeah, the Champions Corner. Check it out. Friday, 10 p.m. Women's mixed martial arts, like you never heard talk. And they bring in stars. Who was the star you brought in last week? And looking forward to
We've had a lot of amazing guests. We had Linda Mahalik last week, and we've had Miranda Maverick, a UFC fighter. Emily Ducote, she's in Invicta. And we have lots of amazing guests lined up for the new year as well.
And Daniel Spencer, another guy, he's a referee for Impact Wrestling. He's always here. And
Aaron Stevens.
I was going to mention him. I can't forget Aaron Stevens, a guy here. He's formerly Damien Sandow, the WWE, 600,000 followers on Twitter. And he's a movie star now, living in Malibu. I got to go to Malibu, by the way. All right. And also, can't forget the two captains here. He couldn't make it. Steve Carney of Tampa Bay. He's preparing for the Tampa Raptors game there. He's actually going to cover it for us. Sorry, V. I know you want to go to Tampa, but look.
You know what? This is the one time I don't want to go to Florida, so I'm good.
By the way, V, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Are you doing Raptor game reports now? Oh.
You know what? You know what? How's this? I will start once they start having more creativity with these special Earned It City Edition jerseys. Because right now I'm not.
That would be never. So that means you're taking your position out of there. All right, go.
No, stay. Keep my position. Keep it.
All right, so that's Steve Carney in Tampa Bay. John, you saw John Freeman Nelson. Those two, I'm honored to have those two guys, are broadcasting legends. John, again, congratulations to John. He won the best sports broadcaster of the year in the state of Georgia. The best sports broadcaster of the year in the state of Georgia. Congratulations. Anybody else I'm missing, Eduardo?
JYD.
Well, he didn't show up. Why am I going to mention him? No, I'm not mentioning him. JYD, the junkyard dog.
Joe, it's a new year, new you.
No, it's not New Year yet. It's not New Year yet. I could still stay until December 31st. Junkyard dog, I'm cutting a promo on you. Junkyard dog, man. You, Veronica, you want to mention Junkyard dog, or should I go Junkyard dog? You know, I made Junkyard dog famous. I said, everybody in Toronto, you bark like at the door. Woo, woo, woo. Junkyard dog. You bark, you make millions. He made millions. He never gave me $1. Now he doesn't even show up. Enough with Junkyard Dog. Go ahead. Go ahead. Anybody else?
Well, we have. No, I don't. We don't have anybody else. Yes, sorry. We do have Lea Sudo. Lea Sulo. We have Cass Marfield and
yes, Kaz Marfield and Julie Barr. They do the wellness. We got wellness shows here, and Leah's going to be joining us hopefully in the new year. She just gave birth, so congratulations. She had a baby there, so you know it's tough when you have baby, and this is what we do. People, like I said, they do it for the passion. Look, and I'm going to say this to Steph. I don't want to put you on the spot, Steph, but I'm going to put you on the spot. She is a kickboxing champion. She said, you know, she told you what she does and all that. She's the mother of 2 kids and still finding time to do this and the passion and all that. That's why I do the H.E.R Network. It is for building a legacy for Steph, for Veronica, for Sam, for, you know, Andrea, for Tanya and all that. Because there's no difference. Like I always said this. I'm a man, you're a lady. What's the difference? You should be heard. You should be taken seriously. And I say ladies hockey players and lady mixed martial artists and all that. You are mixed martial artists. You're a kickboxer, not a lady kickboxer, not a lady basketball player, just a basketball player. The day will come. The day will come that you guys will be recognized, and we're going to be leading the pack for that. Leading the pack, because we had, even Eduardo could state this, we had conversations with the NHL, with Gary Bettman. They talk about National Hockey League All-Star games. Well, the All-Star games, there's no hitting. Why isn't there lady hockey players playing with Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid, Austin Matthews on the same team? Why? They can't play? Why? Are the men, and I'm going to be, I don't care if I get a million emails here, I'm going to be criticized, but what's the difference? Is Sidney Crosby scared that a lady hockey player is going to outshine him? That's the point. And you know what? You guys have asked me in 2021 what we're going to see. Warren can't wait here. What we're going to see is the Maple Leafs winning the Stanley Cup. I said 2021, maybe it's 2041, but who knows? Maybe I'm 20 years earlier. But the Maple Leafs, imagine, I'm going to ask you, imagine if Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup. Is that a national holiday and a bigger than Raptors parade?
No, not bigger than the parade. And if you continuously say they will win, you will one day be right. I don't know if you'll be alive, but you will be right.
Listen, I'm not like Drew Ebanks, 50 years old. Like, come on.
I don't know if I'll be alive.
Same.
Oh my God.
Well, I've been waiting since I was born on the day that they last won.
So that's 1967, the last time the Leafs won the Cup. I'm just going through the list here in case we missed. Oh, I can't believe you didn't. The lifeblood of the Barn Burner Network, Giancarlo Lino. Talk about a guy. Giancarlo Lino has edited every show we have done this year, last year, the year before. This guy, and we have done 362 shows last month. We're already almost at 200 shows in the month of December. He has edited out, again, for Eduardo and Giancarlo. Those are the two, everybody's lifeblood here, but I couldn't do what we do here if it wasn't for these guys. And just bear with me. Also, Elias Theodoro, MMA fighter. I met
Carmine.
Eric Cohen. I forgot Eric Cohen. Eric Cohen, a good buddy of mine. Elizabeth Rostistan.
Carmen Isaco.
Enrique, Diana, Gaston, also Noel
Harrison.
Jessica, who you just saw, and Harrison.
Harrison Taylor.
Yeah, Harrison, and Rob Daniels there, and Julia, and Lindsay and Brooke, like we mentioned. Mark, Giancarlo, and Aaron were on the show prior, the wrestling show there. I'm mentioning everybody. Tamara, Warren's co-host there.
Devo.
Doing a great, sorry?
Devo.
Yeah, Devon, he hosts, the Hannibal TV show, a great wrestling show there also. So again, all these guys.
The guys from Chicago.
Are family. Sorry, yeah. JD, and all you guys are family, and on behalf of the entire family of the Barn Burner TV network and the Hurt Network, before Sam is sleeping and Kanai's already snoring, I wish you the best of the holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah. Have a happy and safe New Year. And Barn Burner Live, the flagship show of the Barn Burner TV network, will be back on Thursday, January 7th, with more great programming. Veronica will be back. She's going to do game reports, even though she doesn't know it, but she's going to do very game reports. And everybody in 2021, if you need a home, if you need a real estate or anything like that, hit up Veronica for, Kanai's looking around for new places and all that. Hit up Veronica probably around July, maybe July 16th, something like that. So,
oh my gosh, you're on a roll. Okay, cool. That's my birthday.
I'm not the best there is, there was, and there ever will be. Sorry, Bret Hart. But look, I'm telling you one thing here. You guys are my second family, and I'll do anything, me and Eduardo and Giancarlo, and for that matter, everybody here. This year was a year like no other. Let's make 2021 really a year like no other. Thanks a lot on behalf of everybody. Thank you to Eduardo. Eduardo has been a big help throughout the year, producing and taking part with Zingo and all that, and our friends at ZINGOTV, everybody at the Fox Network, Eric Shanks, a special shout out to him. Also, Happy New Year, happy holidays, all the best. Thanks a lot, Kanai, Sam, Alvaro, Andrea, Eduardo, Warren, Andrew, and Veronica. And finally, I could say goodnight after 4.5 hours. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Happy-
Thanks, Joe. That was great.
Hi.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, guys.